important. You want to be there for your loved ones. Do yourself a favor and go to Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And you know what? Early detection is everything. The most dangerous heart problem is the one that you don't feel. You can find out early and save your own life. So many of our listeners have done that. You can do the same thing. Take somebody that you love with you. This is trusted, it's proven, and it's safe. Just go to Life Imaging FLA. Also ask about cancer screening. Super important as well. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250. Say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make sure you let them know that Russ Rollins and the Monster sent you.
Pack your year with awe and awesome at SeaWorld Orlando. Get up close to over 20,000 animals. Board the all-new SeaQuest Legends of the Deep, world's first of its kind suspended dark ride, coming soon. Then enjoy over 200 flavors and 30 concerts during the Seven Seas Food Festival. Select dates now through May 17th. Go from real to unreal at SeaWorld. Buy SeaWorld, get Aquatica free. Hurry, offer ends soon. Tax and service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
We may be dealing with the cold weather right now, but before you know it, Florida's heat and humidity will be back, and we all know how that can drive up your energy bills. Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed replacement windows to the rescue because they're engineered specifically for our climate. And right now, during their free Window February event, when you buy 4 replacement windows or doors, you get the 5th free. It's a smart way to boost your comfort, protection, and energy efficiency all at once. Even better, many homeowners notice a difference immediately. Quieter rooms, fewer drafts, and AC systems that don't have to work as hard. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months, upgrading has never been easier. Here's what Kathy had to say about using Renewal by Andersen. Our windows look awesome. They did a great job on the installation. Highly recommend Renewal by Andersen. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Daytona Bike Week is back, February 27th through March 8th. And there's no better place to celebrate than the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with free demo rides, top manufacturer displays, Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally, and more. Experience 10 days of non-stop action, including Daytona Supercross, Daytona Short Track Racing, and it all leads up to the legendary Daytona 200. Visit DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com to learn more.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
To everyone looking for a little something extra, Delicious Rewards has officially arrived at Culver's.
With Delicious Rewards, you earn 10 points for every $1 you spend. Those points can be redeemed for free menu items. Because the more you enjoy Culver's, the more we love rewarding you for it. You'll even get special treats every now and then just for being a fan, plus a more personalized Culver's experience. Join today at culvers.com/earn and start earning points with every purchase.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who loves sharing a great meal, let us tell you about our Wisconsin fish fry at Culver's.
We hand batter our cod and walleye so your meal tastes homemade. Our walleye is only around for a limited time, so when it's here, we make sure every bite is worth it. Since we cook our food fresh, you and your family get a satisfying crunch every single time. It's the same with our butterfly jumbo shrimp. It's made to order and golden fried to perfection. So grab your loved ones and join us for one of our favorite traditions. From Wisconsin with love,
welcome to Delicious.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at Lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a Big Green Egg.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, February 27th, 2026. Lots to get to today. From This Is Bad News to a mystery photo has people in D.C. freaking out, and is Cuba lying about the Florida boat attack story. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened?
Let me just check here. Let me just verify and certify. This is a last-minute message. It is indeed a last-minute message coming in before the show. It appears to be from the inventor of Jeffing. Let's see what it says.
Have a great Friday, you motherfucker.
Wow! We did it, everybody. Yeah. Pat yourself on the back. We made it through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday has arrived. Look at us go. A big weekend ahead of us. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
I'm good.
Good, too.
How are you?
All right, good. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I was a little unsure this morning, but I think everything feels right.
Good.
I am having one of those moments where I'm like, what did I forget?
Same.
What did
I
I do?
always tell you?
That those are the moments when you don't actually have something that you forgot.
Right. And when
The
you
moments
feel
where
like
you
you've
do-
got everything under control,
Yeah.
and everything has been taken care of, that's when last minute I go, oh, son of a bitch,
Yeah.
I didn't get that thing.
Yeah, it's like when I walk into the studio in the morning, if I do it like I normally do, which is basically Charlie Brown with my head down, all right, let's see if we can fight through this and get it done another day here, then everything goes fine on the show, fine-ish. If I walk into the studio with swagger, I'll do what I did a couple of weeks ago, where I forgot there was
Sean, and we got the show coming up.
I forgot there was a step, and then I just fell into the studio and just fell forward
All
in a
right.
megadesk.
I'm going to have that video
Yeah.
archiver got to be installed.
Yeah, you know how it works. Not very good. But here we go on a Friday. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening to this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a Guitar Center, everybody.
Well, I'm sorry. What?
That's right. You heard me. We go to a Guitar Center. That's where we're going. And I'll tell you what, I used to love the music stores like Guitar Center. I used to think it was cool.
Same.
You would go in there, all the stuff would be there. You could play around with it. And it was like having the coolest music room ever, just going to the store and trying out the bongos and the guitars and the keyboards. And then at some point it got a little weird, because now when I go to one of these music stores, it's usually like a ghost town. There's like one person who works there and they're very disinterested in helping you. But I guess there's at least a few of these places open still. So when C-Lane breaks his guitar strings at the last minute, he has some place to purchase them.
Yep.
So at this Guitar Center,
Amazon.
some bald-headed man, that's about all I know about him, tried to steal an acoustic guitar.
Oh.
See how this went? Let's all listen in. Now, just for the record here, I don't know if he decided, because the guy's on the way out. He's about to make it through the metal detector things, like the security gates, and go out the front door of the Guitar Center with the acoustic guitar. And they grab him, and it's almost like he thinks, well, if I can't have this guitar,
Nobody.
no one can. So he starts like trying to smack it against stuff.
Hey, real quick distraction. Is this Guitar Center selling gift cards to everywhere?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they are. There's a Panera. Yeah, this is an
Panera,
IHOP.
IHOP.
Yeah, so,
Is that Netflix maybe?
They're trying to diversify because not many people are coming in to buy these acoustic guitars anymore. More stealers than buyers these days. So the guy, when he realizes he's not going to get it himself, tries to like bang up the guitar. Down to the ground he goes.
Get security guitars. Get the guitar away.
That's going to be on
You're going to
clearance.
leave right now. Do you understand me?
You're going to leave.
Chokehold.
Do you understand me? You are leaving this store right now. Right? You're going to gently let you
He's
up.
tapping out.
He's got the guy in a chokehold, and the guy is tapping out.
And a leg wrap.
Hoping that the man he just tried to steal from his store is going to abide by the rules of MMA.
I don't know if he can answer the questions because he's in a chokehold.
I don't know that the guy's actually requesting answers. I think the guy's saying, like, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to let you go. You're going to go out of here peacefully. So he's choking him for stealing this acoustic guitar from Guitar Center. And the guy's kind of trying to tap out now.
Now, get up. Get the f*** up.
Now he won't get up.
Right by the belt.
Oh, wow.
He drags him out of there by the belt.
Look at all these tough guitar
This guy
guys.
a bouncer?
Yeah, he was at least de facto security guard that day, throwing this guy out of the store.
I mean,
on
good
his
for
ass.
him.
That's what, but
By
everyone
the
else is
belt.
like, let me at him. We can do this, guys.
To me, this is what you get. You want to try to steal a guitar from the Guitar Center. They're gonna pick you up by the belt. They're gonna. This used to be like the television trope of getting kicked out of somewhere. It literally used to be
it's
like
cartoonish.
You were in the club and you weren't supposed to be in the club, and then some big bouncer would grab your ass and then he would fling you out of the club and you would land onto the sidewalk outside, and that's literally what they do. They grab them and toss them out.
Right by the belt.
My question to you in a moment. Right on the sidewalk. Now the guy starts crying.
I just wanted a guitar.
Good job, dude.
He's just screaming random stuff on the sidewalk. I ask you this question. Too far or well-deserved? That's what I have for you today. It's like reading the tea leaves on a situation like this, because this guy tries to steal from a store. Then when they try to get him to leave the store, he lays prone and plays dead. So they have to deadlift him out of there. And then afterwards, people will be like, well, look, they were so mean to the guy. And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. This is what I would expect the outcome to be. If I was going into a store to steal something, which I would never do in 2026. Yeah. I've admitted on the air the two times that I have stolen things. One was when I was a young boy and I wanted a lighter really bad, a Bic lighter, maybe like 25 cents at the time or something. And I took it from the Winn-Dixie, and then my brother held it over me forever and tried to get me to do stuff. They're like, I'm going to tell Mom you stole the lighter. I don't even know why I wanted a lighter. I was just a kid. I was a little kid.
A
Maybe
lighter
like
seems
13,
like a very
12.
common thing to steal.
It might be. Because it was right by the checkout, and I was like, I could get a lighter. And I grabbed that. And the other one was when I was dirt poor, I tried to steal when I was 19. I tried to steal. They caught me a sub from Publix because I had nothing to eat. I literally didn't have anything to eat, and I was trying to steal a sub. Would never, ever steal anything else in my life. Would not do that. Would not. And if I did, I would expect this to be the outcome. But I ask you, chat, and everybody else.
You also stole a card against humanity from...
that wasn't stealing.
From a really nice guy.
That wasn't stealing. You were having an open
like
Cards
3
Against
cards.
Humanity game, and you also were offering up marijuana at the same time.
No, that was me.
So, that was, yeah, you were, Sabrina was the one offering
but
up the marijuana.
everyone else that had some of that marijuana did not steal. You were the only one who stole.
What do you want? I didn't steal. I had the cards that
Can't
got
be
in my
kids.
pocket.
That's what pot leads to.
No, it's not.
Crime.
No. See, I think this was well-deserved. Some people in chat saying FAFO in motion. This is what happens. Kevin says, what would Sean do if somebody broke into the studio and tried to take Samuel L. Jackson? That's the little guy running the camera here in the studio. I would unceremoniously toss them out exactly the same way if I could physically pick them up like that, because this was a larger guy. But there is there's this effort by some people to be like, oh my God, geez, they're just manhandling them. It's like, dude, you tried to steal from the place. You know why people do this? Because for too long, nobody did this, right? For too long, nobody did this. So you went into the Guitar Center. You're like, oh, I could just grab whatever I want and walk out of here. That doesn't work for everybody. I don't think the guy did anything wrong, but let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. First time seeing Guitar Center in a story in a very long time. Meanwhile, over to our parents of the day. Parents of the day.
Parents of the day.
And not Christopher Dolores Lane, unfortunately for him. I'm sorry you did make it. Oh, unless you pack. Did you pack anything up for Jackson today before he went off?
not.
No, he doesn't have like a little kit. He doesn't have like a Jackson kit. Like here's the stuff. Here we go.
Really.
Oh, if he did, I wish that this happened. No, I don't. I don't actually, because there's a twist. It's a twist.
I already can see what's going on here. So why would you wish this upon me?
All right, this happened in Georgia. Parents of the day, and I want some parent confessions today on the show too before we split things wide open, because it's a Friday.
You can be anonymous.
Let's have a little fun. Yeah, you can be anonymous with that. Some parent confessions, things you've done wrong, because in Georgia, going absolutely mega viral is the parents that did this thing.
All right. Some would argue this would have made math pass more bearable, right? This morning, police in Georgia have a message to parents across the country. Double check your child's lunch before the cafeteria turns into happy hour. The police department is sharing this photo on social media, showing a bag of chips, some snacks in there, and a can of lemon drop martini. The drink is 11% alcohol. It's a cutwater beverage there. In the post, the police department wrote, quote, "This is not Capri Sun. This is not apple juice. That is a whole parent had a long night starter pack." Police are asking you to check lunch boxes before resource officers.
All right, I mean,
gotta do.
Do you really need to check the lunch boxes?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Check them, and if you find one, you get to drink it. That's the reward.
Well, it's good because my beer is empty.
Pussy kid tattletaled on his parents. Could have been the coolest kid in the recess yard.
This little kid goes to school. I can't see what grade he was in, but he goes to school with his lunch, which is a solid lunch. It's a bag of nacho cheese Doritos.
Check.
I think there's Lunchables or something like a Lunchables underneath it. It looks like there's some healthy options over here. I can't
tell what's up there.
Something in these bags.
A bag of pickles or something?
I thought it was broccoli or something, but I don't know. It's a bag of green. So there's some other options up here, and then a full-ass lemon drop martini in this kid's lunch. So parents, we want some confessions today. What is something you've done like this? Have you made a mistake? I wish I knew if the kid drank it.
Inventory at recess.
Yeah, I just picture this poor busy mom that just grabbed, a drink out of the fridge and threw it in the lunchbox, and now they're mortified.
Or maybe even like the kid. They were like, hey, just grab a drink or something, and they may have it looked good.
There we go, small talking their way out of it. Thank you, Tampa 10. There they go. Parents make mistakes sometimes. It happens to the best and worst of all of us. So good to be with you on a Friday here on the show. Email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Dispatches, as per usual, over at thenewsjunkie.com. Some bad news rolling in, and I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, really, that we're seeing here. One of the companies out there, big IT company, owned by Jack Dorsey, who is the former owner of Twitter, now X. Blocks is the name of the company that he owns. And they announced that they were firing half of the staff, basically. Okay? Half of the staff. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And this is not, friends, this is not some kind of thing where it's like, hey, we're not financially sound. The business is upside down. We need to fire people, or whatever excuse iHeartRadio, whoever gives every time they do this kind of stuff. No, this is literally a company that is successful, financially stable, secure, but has realized that through technological innovations, yes, Elaine, they are bloated, and they have a whole bunch of employees that they don't want and don't need. And they're not the only ones. There are a lot of these coming. People wiped out by technological innovations. No one will be immune to this. And Jack Dorsey says this is his actual post about firing half of his employees, and it's a lot of them. Today, we're making one of the hardest decisions in the history of our company. We're reducing our organization by nearly half. from over 10,000 people to under 6,000. That means 4,000 of you are about to be asked to leave or enter into consultation. I'll be straight about what's happening, why, and what it means for everyone. And he says, first of all, if you're one of the people affected, you'll receive your salary for 20 weeks plus 1 week per year of tenure, equity vested through the end of May, 6 months of health care, your corporate devices, and $5,000 to put towards whatever you need to help in your transition, which is, pretty generous, actually. I want you to know that before anything else, everyone will be notified.
That's how they lay off people
today.
when they're successful.
Yeah. Keep your laptops. Here's $5,000 to help you out. Here's all the things. I want you to know before anything else, everyone will be notified today whether you're being asked to leave, entering consultation, or asked to stay. We're not. Here's the key part. Here is the key part. We're not making this decision because we're in trouble. Our business is strong, he says. The man who just fired half of his staff. Our business is strong. Gross profit continues to grow. We continue to serve more and more customers, and profitability is improving. But something has changed. We're already seeing that the intelligence tools we're creating and using, paired with smaller and flatter teams, are enabling a new way of working which fundamentally changes what it means to build and run a company. And that's accelerating rapidly. So Jack says, I had two options. I could cut over months and years as this shift plays out, or just do it all at once and axe half of the staff at my company.
Does old Jack Dorsey here have a thing with just not liking capital letters?
Not a single one
Doesn't
at the
need 'em.
beginning of the sentences here. But this, I'm telling you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Every vertical, every company, they have a lot of employees that, one, are pain in the ass activist employees they want to offload from the last 5 years. Trust me on that. They want this to happen. But number two, and this is much, much more important and much bigger, there are so many technological innovations that have rendered half of these employees useless. So ask yourself again, are you bulletproof on this front? Are you absolutely bulletproof? Because I bet half of the people at this company who are, I don't know what the average person at Blocks makes, but I bet it's a good job. I bet it's a good one. I think that they probably thought, I'm steady, I'm good to go. This is such a tidal wave that is headed for so many different jobs out there. And I saw today there were some other companies that, were axing people along with this Blocks company. But, man, it's just the beginning.
What
it
is Blocks?
Just the beginning. They're a payment company, I believe. They own Square, Cash App.
Got it.
They own Tidal now. That's one of my habit Tidal. They own Tidal, Spiral, which is something to do with Bitcoin, BitKey, and proto mining. So it's a bunch of financial technological things. And 10,000 people is not small. What's iHeart have? What's iHeart have? Total employees, iHeartMedia. The biggest, by the way, radio broadcasting company in the United States of America, probably the world. And probably, I don't know if we have
looking 10,100 to 10,800.
So this is a similar size company is what I'm saying.
That seems high, though. Other sources have indicated a slightly smaller workforce of 46 to 8,000.
We have done a lot of cuts over the years, as all of us very, very well know. But this is part of what's coming. Now, some of you are like, my job is bulletproof, and you're probably right. Some of you out there, you're not replaceable just yet. You're not. But other folks know about this because this is a big thing. And this is what happened at this tech company, Blocks, formerly the Twitter guy, Jack Dorsey, the guy who owns this whole thing. Their stocks, by the way, soaring up like 25% after announcing they were getting rid of half of the employees at the company. Okay, we want to see what you have on your mind. A lot of people with emails just like this, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Crystal says, hola, amigos. I wanted to chime in on those food delivery robots you talked about yesterday. Oh, that was the one that ruined that lady's garden. My sister lives in L.A., and while visiting Saturday, we decided to go check out The Woods. Side note, it's a beautiful weed shop cafe that I highly recommend that's owned by Woody Harrelson.
Oh,
What?
cool.
All right.
That's cool. That's why it's called the Woodies. Or
The
Woods.
Woods.
Yeah. There you go. Sabby, book a cabana with your sister and friends. You'll love it. Okay, back to Coco. While getting my ID checked half in the doorway, one of those sons of bitches, the robots, zoomed right past my ankle and then jolted to a stop a few inches past for a pedestrian who kicked it. I immediately reacted by yelling, "Oh my God, that thing is effing stupid." And without pause, the security responds, "They are effing stupid, effing Coco." Oh, the other person agreed with him. Thank you, Crystal, she says, but they've been bothered by these robots in her neighborhood as well. All right, join us with whatever's on your mind. Lots to get to today on a busy Friday show, so do hang out. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're still going to run into some slowdown.
Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. How are we?
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Welcome in, welcome in. How are we doing on a Friday here on this show? I'm glad the weekend's upon us. I need a break. I need to give my voice a break. Been talking too much this week. Been talking to you. Been talking on the show. Been talking to the suits. Been talking. Just non-stop. Happy Friday, Sean. Happy Friday, Sun State John. Hi, Maya. Hope everybody is well. Come on in over on YouTube and Twitch. Lots to talk about today. I'm disappointed because you had the opportunity to do the little kid voice with the lunchbox story and you didn't. Hear about the Italian golfer who fell down an elevator shaft? Come on. Obviously a setup. Obviously a setup. See you later. Oh, you never mind. You got it. Wait. See you later. You hear me? Yeah, what's up? When you get a chance, can you switch to the new wide shot? No rush. I've been shagging balls all week. I wish you were on the air in Charlotte. YouTube has to work for now. Yeah, I mean, YouTube, a million other ways to listen. iHeart. And we're no longer restrained by only being able to be in different cities. But does Charlotte have a good iHeart station that we would fit on? That's a good question. Does Charlotte have a radio station where it's like, oh, this is an iHeart radio station, and actually, you'd be a good fit on this station? Let me know. I'd love to be on that. It's real. Elevator shaft is a real story. I'm not falling for it. I know how. Did you hear about the golfer who fell down the elevator shaft? I get it. I get it. You guys think I'm a sucker today. You think that because it's Friday that I am not going to pick up on things like this. You think that because Secret Shows was last night, going to be released at 5 p.m. today, that I'm not with it. That I won't pick up on things like this. I'm smarter than that. I'm smarter than that. 90 seconds and we're back. I know a troll when I see one. I know what you guys are doing. Nightbot erroring it out over there. Sean, you like to hear yourself talk? Not really. I pined for 3 p.m. when I don't really have to talk anymore for a while, except for just a quarter. No bonus stream this weekend either. Sorry, friends. Can't do it. All right, here we go.
This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
This is Special Agent Regal, Special Agent Bradley Hall.
In 2018, the FBI took down a ring of spies working for China's Ministry of State Security.
The Sixth Bureau podcast is a story of the inner workings of the MSS and how one man's ambition and mistakes opened its vault of secrets.
Listen to The Sixth Bureau from Bloomberg Podcasts on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Follow The Sixth Bureau and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
The weekend is upon us. Let's hang out together. Let's talk about all the things causing drama out there. Learn more about this show over on the website, which is at thenewsjunkie.com. We're going to get into your emails. You can email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Dispatches, all of that good stuff. In fact, some people responding already. I talked about this story where a big tech company, and I mean, I think 10,000 employees is a big company. That's why I bring this up. A big tech company just fired almost half of their staff, and it wasn't because they're not doing well financially. They're doing great. It wasn't because profits aren't up. They're killing it. It wasn't because these people are like nasty people or anything. It was because through technological advances, they realized that over time they were going to fire half of these people. So why not just do it now? And so they just axe them, half of the staff at this 10,000 employee place. And people are experiencing the same. Kyle says, "Hey, News Junkie, I was told at the beginning of the week that my job is no longer needed and ends today.
Damn.
For context, I'm a cybersecurity specialist, and the government contract I was on went in another direction, and my position wasn't needed." Geez, I feel like we need the cybersecurity stuff more than ever.
I'm curious if he means that they went with a technology, AI-based, that is now cybersecurity, or...
Could be.
Because, I don't know, that seems like it could turn on you at any moment. Are we sure about this?
Well, this person says, needless to say, the whole IT layoffs thing is hitting home. I switched to the IT field during COVID, thinking this will be a secure career option. Oh, no. Well, now I'm not sure what to do. Anyways, love you guys, and you get me through my day. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate the email. A lot of people in that crunch, that tough spot right now. And if it's hitting you too, let us know. I mean, it's kind of inevitable. That's the big breakthrough. As much as we might laugh at AI and some of the silly stuff that people generate in the slop content, the reality in a lot of the tech fields, at least, is that, there's going to be a lot of change on the way. All right, we'll get into more of you and your responses, all of that stuff on the show today. But I want to talk about this guy who was arrested in Missouri. And this is like, I don't know what number story this is, but it's yet another story of somebody behind the wheel of a semi who barely speaks any English, doesn't know what any of the road signs mean, and somehow has a CDL, I guess, or whatever it takes, and is driving a semi truck on the road. And this guy was driving the wrong way on a road in Missouri and was driving for like 15 minutes in the wrong direction.
Is this a seldom used road?
It was a road where there were cars because I could see the cars going around him. And they eventually, the people called police. They're like, hey, there's a semi going the wrong way on the road.
What a dumbass.
And they ended up finally grabbing this guy, and the cops charged him and whatnot. But some of the details right here.
Going in the wrong direction.
Now, I'll turn it up.
And instead of pulling over, once they saw cars flying right at them, the witness says the semi sped up and was hitting 50 miles per hour, going the wrong way for nearly 3 miles. Miraculously, they didn't hit anyone, and Missouri Highway Patrol eventually pulled over that driver who had a legal commercial driver's license from Minnesota. But Highway Patrol says during that stop, our commercial vehicle enforcement troopers conducted a driver inspection and determined the driver could not properly identify road signs.
Jesus,
as
man.
mandated by federal motor carrier regulations. Per federal motor carrier guidelines, he was placed out of service and not allowed to continue driving.
What I don't understand is how this kind of thing keeps happening. When I had to get my license, I'll never forget. I've told this story before a long time ago on the show, but I waited because I'm an idiot until I was 18. The reason why, whatever. But when you're 16, when you're 15, get your learner's permit. 16, you can get your driver's license. I never got my learner's permit. And then I turned 16 and more time was going by. And so eventually it was like, I'll just get them both when I turn 18. And I went to do both of the tests in one day. And I failed the test the first time. And I was so mad because I had plans. I was like, I'm going to go on a date. I'm going to drive this car, go do this. I'm going to be free.
How did you
party with my
explain that
friends.
to the girl?
You're going to have to drive.
Real letdown.
Chick.
Real letdown the whole time. I mean, I was used to other people driving, but I failed the test because you needed to know all of the signs. You needed to know all of the rules. And there was a little computer kiosk, and you took the test. And if you failed it, you didn't get your license. But they just hand them out like candy to these people who can't read any of the signs, don't know which lane to drive down. And that escalates all the way to somebody getting behind the wheel of a semi-truck.
Wherever this person is from, are their signs really that different? I feel like
guess
it'd be
so.
kind of obvious what wrong way or X, or maybe just other traffic coming at you would indicate you're on the wrong side of the road.
That should do it. But this is a Somali truck driver from Minnesota, they said, I believe. So this dude was Somali and didn't know enough English and didn't know any of the signs and was driving south on a northbound road until he got to a crossover to go into the correct direction. A police officer waited and then grabbed this guy. And then eventually they ended up charging him. And this is not the only one. Like, I've seen a bunch of these. I'm going like, what do we do? This seems pretty obvious. Don't give anybody a license who cannot speak English and understand the street signs in their area. That seems like the most obvious thing in the world to me. But apparently it's not obvious enough because we had the tragic accident on the turnpike with a driver who didn't even, just turned around completely in the middle of traffic, twisted his semi across all the lanes, caused a fatal accident, killing some people, and had no idea how to speak English or what any of the road signs were, at least not enough to be out on the roads. And you would think that would be like a one-off thing, but it's not. It's not. There's a bunch of these people out there, and it's really stupid. It's just absolutely dumb that this is happening.
Here's what we know about this particular trucking business. Cargo Transportation LLC is run out of an apartment in Hopkins, Minnesota, just outside Minneapolis. It was registered in 2023 to an Abdulwali Ahmed and only has 2 drivers.
Literal
one of whom
Ahmed.
presumably can't read road signs. But still, last year, the company drove more than 81,000 miles. We've reached out.
All right, real quick to the semi-truck drivers who listen to the show, of which there are many, and I love you and I appreciate you and I salute you and all that. When I hear that this company, they have their own little company for their semi, I imagine it's like maybe these 2 people switching back and forth in the semi-truck. When I hear that they drove 81,552 miles, in 2024, is that a lot for a semi-truck driver? Or is that just like, that's an average amount and it just seems like a lot to a normie like me? Because this truck with these guys who are involved in this drove 81,552 miles in 2024, according to this report. And the guy didn't know what the hell was going on in the streets out there.
Long haul drivers typically average 100 to 125,000 miles a year.
Wow.
Regional will cover less, like 50 to 100,000 miles. Local drivers maybe just 20 to 50.
100,000 miles a year? Jesus. I mean, I might have put 10 on my car this year. I haven't got anywhere close to that. But all right, let us know what you think. Truck drivers jump in. And does it make you a little more frightened next time the semi pulls up next to you on the road? Let us know your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Buzz says, if you can't read, they just assume you went to school in America. True? True-ish right now? Yeah. And to be clear, Somalian, illegal, not illegal, American citizen from birth. I don't care. If you cannot read and understand the street signs, there should be no consolation prize driver's licenses. That should not be a thing. It is dangerous enough that you're driving a vehicle at a high rate of speed down a road. It's even more dangerous when that vehicle is an 80,000-pound semi cruising at a high rate of speed, and in this case, in the wrong lane. That's just inexcusable to me. And I think whoever, they should trace this back to whatever jurisdiction gave these people the licenses. That's what I'd absolutely love to see. All right, let us know what you think. Send a dispatch, an email, all of that good stuff over on the website. Quickly, actually, you know what? We'll take a quick break. When we come back, I have a big update, and it's an interesting twist. In the story of those people who were on the boat from Florida that ended up trying to start a war with Cuba. Allegedly trying to start a war with Cuba. 10 people were trying to take over Cuba. And there's a new twist in this story, which I think changes a lot. But we'll see what you think about this. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends. Our Classic Alternative.
TJ Springer. Not a washout for our Friday, but a good idea to grab that umbrella as our next storm system moves in. Rain and some thunderstorms become likely by the afternoon into the evening, with a few potentially on the stronger side. We'll see widespread showers and thunderstorms Friday night as well, with lows only in the low to mid 60s after topping out in the low to mid 80s for our Friday. Now, Saturday, we do start to see rain chances come down. Rain, though, more likely in the morning. Still going to have a few thunderstorms, and we'll hold on to those chances for hit or miss showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, with temps cooler in the mid to upper 70s. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by The Carol Markowitz Show.
Hi, it's Carol Markowitz. Join me on The Carol Markowitz Show for insightful conversations with Dominic Green, Wall Street Journal contributor, and Algemire's Corey Walker. You don't want to miss it.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Breaking news. Breaking news. Bill Clinton's deposition is now officially underway. Talking about Epstein in Washington, D.C. Hillary was yesterday. Bill Clinton is expected to be held in question for a whole lot longer because he has the actual contacts. And Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell had more connections to Bill, I believe, than Hillary. But she's answering some questions on the record, but behind closed doors in Washington, D.C. Couple minutes and we're back live, everybody. I drive a semi-dump truck. We haul 88,000 pounds. Okay? Hello? Got your pepper spray ready to go. In case there's any bad guys. Where do you spray?
Eyeballs.
Right in the eyeballs. That's right. That's right.
Penis.
The penis? You don't spray somebody in the penis.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything
If
to
they're naked, it would.
Why are they? Okay, and the exception where somebody naked is chasing after you. Yes. Spray them in the penis. Go eyes first, though. No, eyes first. Okay, be safe. She came up with a loophole. Will Trump be testifying under oath about what he knows? Yes. 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 I mean, I think you probably know this, Dan, but we have set a lot of new precedents. Things that used to be agreed upon have been tossed out the window. So you can bet your dick 1,000% that the next time somebody else gets into the White House, we're going to play all these games and then some in the opposite direction. So undoubtedly, we will see that. And that, that's not the beginning of this volley back and forth. We had the quest for the Trump mugshot, and we had the charges against Trump in New York City, a person who ran against charging Trump in New York. You had all that stuff. But this is, now we've reached another level, and it's going to be so hard to pull back from this. I would bet all my money on a Kalshi bet that says as soon as there's a Democrat in the White House, they will, if there's any relevancy at all, have Trump do the same exact thing. 100%. 100%. Kalshi, what's that pardon up to? Which one? Flats fishermen, move on. Get past it. Get past it, okay? This, like every other stream on the internet where there's a budget behind it, is an ad-supported stream. I have the ads on the lowest setting that YouTube will allow me to have. I turned it down. So, further complaints, I'm going to time you out. I kind of feel like the guy who owned and ran a teen beauty pageant should be answering some questions under penalty of perjury. What the hell does that mean? 2 minutes and we're back live on the show. Ad free over here, baby, says Bootsy. On Twitch, yeah. And in fact, on Twitch, you can use your Amazon Prime subscription. You get 1 free sub on Twitch, no commercials. If you're a Secret Show subscriber, I looked today, they have the testing up. Next week, I promise you, next week, the ad-free version of the stream will be available for Secret Show subscribers on the website. 90 seconds. 1 free sub, I'll have the Italian. Good choice. That Publix Italian, that Boar's Head Publix Italian sub. You got to eat it right away, though. You guys agree or disagree? Publix subs, you got to eat right away. You put a Publix sub in the refrigerator, it's garbage. Terrible. It doesn't even take 24 hours. It's garbage. The Publix sub day of, top notch. Next day, garbage. 1 day in the fridge kills it. All right, we're coming back.
Who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Enter Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers. This is...
We're just doing a little show together, you and I. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. Join us with your feedback, emails, dispatches, all that through the website, thenewsjunkie.com. I don't know what to make of some of the weird details around one of the big stories this week where they found these people on what they called a speedboat, and the speedboat went from Florida to Cuba, which is what, 90 miles or something?
Yeah.
It's not,
depending on where they left, yeah.
And they went from Florida to Cuba. Still crazy to think about how close that is, actually. They went from Florida to Cuba on this speedboat. And then allegedly, according to the Cubans, when they got close, the Cuban Coast Guard noticed them and they started firing. According to the Cubans, they fired first on the Cuban Coast Guard. And the Cuban Coast Guard says they returned fire, which killed 4 people on this boat. 6 people were arrested. And the information coming in from family members, I think the brother or somebody had spoken out and said that this guy wanted to take over Cuba. He was sort of radicalized on freeing the Cuban people, et cetera, et cetera. And then I guess got this harebrained idea that he could do it in a boat with 10 people.
And convince 9 other
didn't
people?
work out. Convince other people to go with him. And then the crazy thing is, I guess Miami media has been all over this. Then they announced the names of the Cuban government, said, here's the 10 people that were on this boat. But some of the names don't add up. Like one of the names is a guy who's not in Cuba at all. He's here. They got like the wrong name on one of these people. And I saw some stories where I was like, this is getting more curious by the moment. Here's what made me think a little differently about this. This is Channel 7 in Miami.
That man is Robert Ascorra Consuegra, and he's in Miami.
Nice work.
Speaking with 7 News at Versailles in Little Havana. Shocked his name was on that list. It scares me because my dad, grandparents, aunts, and uncles are there, he tells us. Consuegra, who has been in the U.S. since 2016 under asylum, doesn't know why his name was published. He says he didn't plan to be part of that voyage.
So he was not on the boat. He's here still in America. He's saying he has no idea why his name was on this list, but the Cuban government was like, he was one of the guys.
Is it just me, or did she say that weird? Like, he didn't plan to be part of that voyage. Sounds like, was there another voyage? Was he... was it an option?
What did she put the emphasis on? Did she put it on that? He didn't plan to be part of that
Just
voyage.
the sequel, I suppose. Is it crazy that maybe there's another guy with the same name, or he was named and like a picture attached to it?
He's attached to the family in some way, I guess. So I think they were specifically talking about him, and they might have had the age too. But let's see what else they said.
But says he is known to the Cuban government. He says, I have a record of activism against the dictatorship from my days in Cuba as well as here in the United States. I think they've confused all that history, or they're hiding something. I can't be sure. That being said, he tells us he does know many of those involved in the deadly incident.
All right, so he knows people. He's connected to people who were involved in this, went on the boat, went over there, did this stuff in Cuba, and ended up either dead or arrested. But he wasn't one of the guys, even though the Cuban government is like, he's one of the people. And that seems weird.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the guys gave his name for some reason. I don't know what advantage that would give you, the 6 people that were arrested. But they got the person wrong. And now I'm starting to wonder what's what in this story. I mean, we do have confirmed. I mean, the family member did say this. One of the people who is like the leader, if you will, definitely was radicalized and wanted to go to Cuba to like free the Cubans, and maybe thought he was going to do it by himself in a boat, which is nuts. But we at least know that part is true. Let's see what else they say.
Here he is with 2 of the men. I have mixed emotions, he says. They're friends of mine, and I admire what they did. Though the Cuban regime claims those on the boat were armed Cubans living in the States with intentions to infiltrate the island and commit acts of terrorism, people at busy Versailles Cafe Thursday night believe them to be heroes who went with hopes of forming an uprising against the dictatorship.
Oh, they're out there. They got their signs. They're fully in support of these dudes who are on the boat, some of these folks. It says assassins and terrorists, and it's got Raul Castro, brother, of course, of Fidel Castro, and Miguel Diaz-Canel, who I think is, double check this, Elaine, fact check, Miguel Diaz-Canel is the president of, is one of the leaders of Cuba at the moment. I don't know what his official title is.
President.
Though. President? He's the president of Cuba. And then, of course, Raul Castro, brother of Fidel Castro. It says assassins and terrorists. They're not fans down in South Florida. Not fans of communism, not fans of Cuba, a lot of these folks. Many of them fled Cuba, and some of them at least support these guys. But it's still a big question mark as to what the hell was going on here, what these guys were actually up to. We'll take your thoughts on it. Send a dispatch over on the website. That's thenewsjunkie.com. All right. I also, we were talking a little bit about the snowballs in New York City, the cops getting hit with the snowballs. And I saw yesterday that they had filed some charges against some dude, one of the guys who I guess threw snowballs at the cops. Some guy, 27-year-old West African Guzman Koulibaly. I mentioned his name on the show previously. This story says he threw ice balls at the NYPD officers. I'm assuming he would say there were snowballs, and it was a snowball fight, each their own.
Ice ball fight's a little more hardcore.
Ice ball fight sounds bad, and I think the police have said that there were people who were putting rocks inside of some of the snowballs. No idea if that's true or accurate, but that's at least what they were saying. And they pushed charges against one of the guys who threw snowballs at the cops. And now the district attorney has dropped the charges against this person already. And they did a whole perp walk. Here he is walking out.
Did you put rocks in the sound?
Apparently this is Diaper Man. Diaper Man is his name.
The guy.
This guy's he does a YouTube prank channel as well under the name Diaper Man. And also in his free time throws snowballs at the cops. But
That's
he's got his
Let's
attorney
get our signs.
here.
Free diaper man.
Free diaper man. It might be going up for
Wear
some of these
diapers
folks.
in solidarity.
And they let him go.
I will answer some questions.
Okay, no problem.
This is his attorney, I'm guessing.
Statement right now, including
Chris, turn it
them saying that he put rocks in the snow before throwing
Oh, they talked about the rocks.
This is the first I'm hearing of rocks in the snow.
All right, so the attorney's like, this is the first I'm hearing of rocks in the snow. This was just, an innocent snowball fight, et cetera, et cetera.
And he's the one person that they arrested out of everyone involved?
They're trying to find, I believe, 3 more. There were 3 more people that they had targeted that, for whatever reason, those people were on their radar that they wanted to arrest them for the snowball fight. But I don't think they've found them yet. I'll go back to this was a lost opportunity. And it almost makes me think this is just like a better time. There was a story a couple of years back on the show about Washington State and something that went down where kids were having a snowball fight and the cops showed up. They made like a whole video out of it. The cops show up to the snowball fight and they've got all their cop gear. And they go in like it's like a SWAT raid.
No mercy.
No mercy. And they start a snowball fight with the kids to celebrate, the snow day, right? And this was such a better story. They're throwing the snowballs at each other, and the cops are playing around, hitting the deck with the kids in them with the snowballs.
Officer
tell
down.
me, maybe this just comes from a sweeter time, and this doesn't exist anymore. We can't do this, but this is such a better outcome for everybody involved. The cops look so much better in this. This is better for the community. This is better for everything than the situation in New York. I think that was a missed opportunity, and the cops are still trying to press after some of these folks. I'm not saying they're good people. This guy probably is a scumbag or whatever. But in this case, it seems like you could just score more points by doing something a little bit more like that.
I think the New York Post called him a punk with a rap sheet.
A punk? What's his rap sheet? What did it say? What he's in trouble for?
Let me see. Let me find it.
I don't know what this guy's up to. All right. Let me know what he did. That's the important thing.
Does he wear a
thing
diaper?
Here.
That's
I don't know why they. That's another good question. Actually, why do they call him Diaper Man?
It says one of the hooligans who allegedly pelted NYPD cops. The New York Post does not like this guy for some reason. One of the hooligans who allegedly pelted NYPD cops with snowballs in a rowdy free-for-all at Washington Square has been unmasked as a 27-year-old wannabe YouTube star who was busted during a subway prank just weeks ago. Guzman Coulibaly was cuffed in connection with the Monday afternoon mayhem that sent 2 uniformed cops to the hospital.
Oh, they went to the hospital after the snowball thing?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some of them fell or something. I don't know. I don't know why they would go to the hospital.
He reportedly fancies himself a social media personality and posts under the name Diaper Man, charged with obstruction of governmental administration and harassment, and was awaiting arraignment Thursday evening. It wasn't his first run-in with the law.
I'm looking at his YouTube account, 47,000 subscribers. Not bad.
Maybe that's why they're calling him a wannabe.
He's got a lot of videos here. Nothing's in the last 6 months. So maybe is he doing shorts? And he does live. He says, I stream and I drop some crazy videos.
Not saying no diaper.
He's in a diaper in the picture with what looks to be like some joints in his mouth.
Cool.
But I don't know exactly where this came from. I don't know. He's out there on the streets, though, because they let him go. They let the hardened criminal or a hooligan. What do they call him at the post?
Hooligan, a punk with a rap sheet, and wannabe social media personality. YouTube
he does
star.
look like a scumbag from the prank, in air quotes, that he was trying to do, where he pretended to rob people and videotaped it. He said, so you're going to pay up to the stranger? Pay up what? The other man said, my bread, N-word, how much you got? Whatever you're going to give, and he goes on, and he faked robbing this guy,
Sweet
I guess,
prank.
for his YouTube video. So that's pretty scummy. That's not a great thing in his favor. But I just really feel like some of these things for cops, cops need to make sure they make big inroads with the communities that they serve. So sometimes you got to be the bigger man, and you got to try to go, okay, let's make the most of this. Let's make this into a fun thing, even if people were being obnoxious. And then let's try to move on from here. Otherwise, that the media is going to be biased about it and give you headlines and be like, snowballer facing years in prison because of the NYPD. Like, that stuff doesn't help anything at the end of the game. Let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over on the website. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com on your phone, your laptop, anything with a microphone, and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into... I think the whole Guthrie thing is kind of blown out at the moment, but there is a weird update on that front, so we'll do that. But the other thing is, I want to talk about worst roommates for just a moment. When we come back, whatever roommate story you got has nothing on what this roommate did to a couple they were living with, and I'll play the story for you. You're not going to believe it, but it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's no accidents tying you up or slowing you down on the major roadways. If you're just starting off your commute or going to grab a bite to eat, just some typical delays still piling up. There's also...
Hello. Welcome in. Breaking news.
From the traffic center on James Birmingham. This report is sponsored by
Breaking news.
with Dr. Nicole Sapphire.
A statement coming in from Bill Clinton. He's releasing his opening statement that he gave to the people questioning about Epstein right now. I'll read this a little bit later on in the show. But he basically says, I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong. Not sure if this resonates with anybody or if it wins you over. I'm not sure if you believe Bill Clinton or not, but Bill Clinton says, I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong. Couple minutes and we're back live on the show. Chat, have you ever had a terrible roommate? Yes or no, chat? Have you ever had a terrible roommate? Of course that's what he said. Are his pants on fire? Terrible roommate. No. Yes, I had a terrible college dorm mate. I had a terrible college dorm mate. Okay. How bad are we talking? What was the thing that was like the deal breaker? Too many times? Yes, hell yeah. Oh. Yeah, I was married to her for 16 years. Dude. She once paid me in coins for her portion of the internet bill. Wow. That's a bad roommate. I do now. He's 14 and disgusting. True. Parent things. She stole all my food, Bootsy says, from my fridge and had sex on my bed. Wait, did she have her own bed and then she had sex on your bed, your dorm mate? She had her own bed but chose to have sex on your bed? That's a deal breaker. Liz Lemon. That's a deal breaker. She had her own bed. What the hell is that? That's weird. All roommates are terrible if you live with them long enough. A lot of my wife or my ex-wife comments coming in. So why didn't you have sex on her bed? Waterboy says it's a power move. I immediately go in. It's like fighting the biggest guy in prison on day one. I go in, find my roommate's bed, have sex on it immediately. So you show your dominance in the situation. You got nothing on this particular roommate. Wait till you hear this story. We're coming back.
Drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio 104.1.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Not gonna believe. You're not gonna believe that somebody could have had a roommate this bad. That would have done this. Learn more about the show. In fact, join the show. Join the show. Let's have some fun together over on the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com. If we all lived together, who would be the worst roommate out of the three of us? Ooh. If we all lived together, who would be the worst roommate out of the three of us and why?
1, 2, 3, Sabrina.
C-Lane.
At least you went for each other. At least I'm trying to think.
I'm a very clean person, and my roommates in the past can attest to me being a fun roommate to be around.
I don't know. I don't think I've known you at a time where you had a roommate.
No.
I'm trying to think because when I first met you, you had a little tiny apartment by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you've just been like with people that you were dating and stuff.
Yep.
But before that, I'm imagining you've had situations where you've lived with at least one, if not more, roommates, Sabrina.
Yeah, before I moved into the tiny closet downtown, I lived with two people and wonderful gals. We went to college together, and besides one linguini incident, I think everything.
Whoa, what was the linguini incident?
Yeah, what happened
It
here?
was lean cuisine linguini, frozen in the freezer, ready for me to consume as dinner.
And somebody stole it?
Yep. Sam ate it. Sam ate all of my linguine, and I said that wasn't my favorite.
That's off limits. I was just talking to somebody in chat. I said to chat, have you guys ever had a terrible roommate? And I'll give you the story of one that blows them all out of the water in a moment.
You had roommates too, a bunch.
In the news. But somebody on chat said, I had a terrible dorm mate, and I forgot who it was on in chat, some inconsequential person. And they said, I had a dorm mate that was bad. And I said, well, what happened? What was the thing that crossed the line? And they said, they had sex on my bed.
Oh.
And I said, did they have their own bed? And this random mysterious person said, they had their own bed, but for some reason they had sex on mine. And I thought that's quite obviously, right. Yeah, that's over the line. That's very weird. And I also would say that person was a bad roommate, bunkmates.
Did they ask permission?
What do you mean? You have your own bed. Have sex in your bed. Why on earth would you need to do anything in my bed? That's weird, if anything. But
at least they weren't in the dorm while it was happening. Like in the bed alongside the roommate that was banging on their bed.
Oh, I don't know if they were. I don't know. Random person, let me know. Give me an update. She says, I hate him. This is Bootsy. This is coming from Bootsy Moonshine over on Twitch. And I really appreciate your story. That is overkill and bad roommate behavior. The story in the news that I'm going to play in a second is worse than that, believe it or not. I got to tell you, though, other than one thing, I had a roommate. Okay, I did have a roommate where there was a bit of an issue, but it wasn't what you would think would be the most common cases that you would see in news stories. Roommates probably fight over something Sabrina already mentioned, cleanliness. That, like, if somebody's a slob that you're living with and you want to keep things clean, that's probably one of the biggest fights. Somebody in chat said their roommate paid them an all change to pay the power bill or cable bill one time. That, too, would be incredibly annoying. The issue I had was I was 20 years old at this point in time.
1954.
And I said to this person, I was like, hey, do you want to get a place together? And they're like, hell yeah, let's do it. And I find this townhouse, and we get this townhouse together. And at the time, we were both just single guys, just doing our thing, hanging out. And I said, this will be fun, man. We'll go to the bar. We work near each other. Everything will be cool. And then 3 months into him being my roommate, he started sleeping with Dylan's mother. And I said, of all the places, I probably didn't say of all the places. I probably had some choice things to say.
How did that happen?
But I was like, of all of the gin joints in town.
Matchmaker.
And he's like, I don't know. And he of all the
Dylan
people,
was already alive.
Dylan was alive. Okay. Yeah.
Was he calling your roommate uncle at the time? And
he was way too young. He was just a teeny little thing at that point in time. And I go, well, dude, there's so many people. There's women everywhere. And that's what he went for. And that was sort of the beginning of the end. And then I had a roommate switch up after that. But this is pretty bad. Sealand, you've had roommates many times.
Yeah, I've had a handful of roommates.
From the stories you tell, it seems like you might be on the bad roommate side of things.
Why would I be on the bad roommate side of things?
Wait, was it you that threw fireworks into your roommate's room that one time?
I forgot we did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was trying to have sex.
Jesus, Sealand.
I forgot.
God forbid.
And we
tell me it was Dylan's mom to take the story out of the
No, he was trying to get lucky, and we decided that we would screw with him, trying to screw by
Beef getting beef.
No, it wasn't him. By lighting bottle rockets and shooting them under that gap between your door and the floor.
That's a bad roommate.
That's a funny.
He was also kind of a terrorist of a person, so he would do it to you.
We don't talk to him anymore.
The only way this makes sense is if you guys were doing this tit for tat, and not tattoo, but back and forth. Did he do something like this to you, and you guys would normally prank each other back and forth? That's the only way out of being a bad roommate.
I think he had other things that he would do. We were young dudes Just having young dude time.
A lot of people have dealt with
young dude time.
That's what they call it.
What everybody says.
A lot
That's
of
what I
people
love
have
that,
dealt
I
with.
think.
I've seen a lot of people in chat who have similar experiences. Let me bring you the story really quickly so you guys can see what's going on.
Somebody says, Doug, do you still want to live with C-Lane? Big Doug Millionaire said, C-Lane would be an awesome roommate earlier.
Might have changed his mind. Well, this is from ABC News, and a California couple. They had a roommate. I could see a couple of things in the kitchen here. There's like a to-do list and stuff. But the most notable thing in the kitchen is that the roommate is wearing a gas mask and appears to have some sort of can in his hand. So let me show you just how bad it gets in some of these circumstances. And here's what this roommate did. He's spraying
this morning
bug spray
footage inside a California home. A couple says this is their roommate in a gas mask covering their food, kitchen, and pantry with insect poison.
This has been a nightmare. Total nightmare.
Wow, that's a strange couple right there. I just have to mention this is the couple.
Mm-hmm.
She
they're
looks
together.
Yeah.
That's not his mother?
She looks markedly younger than him. Older. She looks like she might be 65 and he looks like he might be 25. But I'm not sure. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. This is the couple, and their roommate was taking bug spray and spraying it on their dishes, their food, everything in the kitchen, which could probably, I don't know if it can kill you. I might be exaggerating with that.
Certainly get you very sick.
Yeah, it ain't good, to say the least. This would be really bad.
Total nightmare.
Billy Hopper and her husband David say they've had repeated problems with their roommate, 42-year-old Timothy Bradbury. They installed security cameras inside their Santa Clarita house after they say their clothes were cut up, their property destroyed, and their food was thrown away.
This is why you got to be careful. Yeah, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. And it shows him walking around their house, and when he's not wearing the gas mask, he was wearing like an N95 mask inside their house.
And a body cam. Was that not a body cam strapped to his chest?
He had a police body cam strapped to his chest, which inside your house, what kind of war is going on between these roommates? This has got to end, man. This is not
Recently,
good.
They started having serious health issues.
I've been so sick this past year that I haven't been able to hardly do anything because of this guy.
Jesus.
My husband's been sick. We were both in the ER within the last 2 weeks.
They say their doctor suggested they might have been poisoned. They checked out the footage from the cameras, and this is what they saw.
Okay, he's straight up spraying it directly on apples and bananas and a bowl of fruit.
If he's been doing this, how does the place not just consistently smell like bug spray?
Would that go away if you did this after a little while?
The smell maybe, but you'd think if he was, that's a lot of bug spray.
He's hitting it, yeah.
He's not letting up on that nozzle.
He's letting the can go.
Everything from their groceries to the coffee pot they use daily.
It's infuriating. It's really heartbreaking, too, to see somebody with such mental health problems doing something like that.
They called the authorities, and the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Office says when they made contact with Bradbury, he barricaded himself inside.
Great.
And it took 2 hours before he eventually surrendered. Investigators say family members told them Bradbury has a mental disability.
Yeah.
He was arrested for attempted poisoning, but he's already been released.
All right, maybe the answer to these kind of stories is what is the questionnaire you're tossing out there for roommates that you're taking in? Picking a roommate, I was always blown away at roommates.com and stuff. Picking a roommate should not be a willy-nilly process. Picking a roommate should be every bit as strict, if not more strict, than picking a partner, like picking somebody you're going to date, somebody that you're going to be a boyfriend or girlfriend
I've made
with.
that a willy-nilly process.
That's not a good idea. As you know, this is a bad idea. You should have such a strict, long process. Here are the things in life. If you are an employer, so you're hiring people, if you're an employer, if you're somebody who is dating people, or if you're somebody looking for a roommate, none of these at all should be simple things to make as a decision. You should sit down, talk to people, spend some time around them, see if your personalities work well with each other, see if they're crazy, See if they wear body cams and spray Raid on your bananas. Take some time. Figure that out. Spend some time with these people. Why on earth would you, like, they got into it. They're like, yeah, this guy is really, he's mentally ill. He needs some help. Yeah, but how did you get to the point where he was your roommate? That would be the problem that I had with all of this. And I think maybe you would agree. Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let us know what you think. There's so many people who have had these sorts of situations. I don't know that they've had it quite this bad. Tommy says, who hasn't barricaded themselves in an apartment to evade police custody? Happens all the time. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well,
we
learned from Antonio Brown that works.
It's true. He did.
You just wait him out.
And Chris Brown, I believe he said, suck a fart to the cops after 3 days.
You wait him out long enough, it can win, but this guy gave up eventually here. Let us know if you have any stories like this and send your dispatches, recorded dispatches, record an audio or video message to be on the show at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I've got to get into that. We're full clown show material on the Nancy Guthrie missing person case because of something that happened last night, so I'll have to work that update in at some point. We've got the next episode on the way. We got This Week in Florida on the way. It's a Friday. Let's have some fun together. Wow. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show because therapy is expensive. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
You won't be running into two series of surprises on your ride this afternoon. There is a crash on Lake Mary Boulevard at Lake Emma Road, slowing things down. The traffic lights aren't working correctly where Goldenrod Road meets State Road 408 on the major roadways I-4. Florida's Turnpike traffic starting to pile up in some typical areas. Travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Metal roofing starts with Tri-County Metals. Trusted quality, proven performance. Register your metal roof rebate and get up to $500 back.
Hey. More info flowing out on the Bill Clinton testimony. There's a lot leaking out. But he has told lawyers and lawmakers, that he saw nothing and did nothing wrong as he faces these Epstein questions. I saw nothing, I did nothing wrong. I didn't do it. Depends on what the definition of is. I did not have sexual relations. Anyhow, roommates. I don't know why people aren't more careful. You got to be strict. You can't just find these people willy-nilly. Coco is amazing. Give him all the treats. That's Sun State John's dog, right? He's on the frame. I'd just be sitting in here doing work, working on videos, getting stuff going, and I'll look over and I'll see, there he is, Sun State John. On the Hall of Fame, in the studio with me. Just me, Sun State John, and Coco hanging out in the studio. How about that? I never did it, and I'll never do it again. True. The problem with evaluation prior to a date is the crazy ones typically have the best sex. Well, that's just engaging in a sexual relationship. Make sure they're not like BPD chicks who are going to freak out afterwards and you're going to have major problems. But having sex is different than dating somebody or cohabitating with somebody. Cohabitating, crazy. Did you know you can get a slice of lemon pie in Cuba for $1.50 and in Jamaica for $1? Those are the Pirates of the Caribbean. Chat, ban him, yes or no? Ban him, yes or no? You will decide the fate of this latest messenger. Ban him, yes or no? Do not ban. Ban yes. Ban no. You're dumb. You know what you did. Ban his ass. No ban. Nah, there have been worse. There have been worse. Half of the emails yesterday were worse. That actually made me giggle, so there's no way I can ban for that. Although, if I'm being completely honest with you, it wasn't until I said pirates that I realized what was happening. The moment I said pirates. 2 minutes and we're back live on the show. What happened? Alan, if you missed it, you missed it. I was going to do it for 10 seconds before Sean brought it up. It's called the punchline? True. You know, I have to say, like, I got to be real. That's better than 85% of the feedback I got yesterday, so I'm going to keep it. I like it. He's actually leading for chatter of the day right now. Believe it or not. What a big swing. Going from almost banned to possibly being chatter of the day. You're dumb. It's a big moment. Is there a secret show coming up? We had a secret show last night. And it will be posted today, as per usual, by 5 p.m. Usually right at 5 p.m. is when the secret show goes up. And I have been doing the testing with the secret show's live stream at thenewsjunkie.com. It's been working pretty well. The only thing people are complaining about is that people want some sort of chat on there, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I want another platform to follow chat on, you know? I gained 5 pounds watching that secret show? True. Me too. For reasons that will become obvious. All right, here we go.
He vaporized that ball. That fun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Your entire sports feed all in one place with iHeartRadio. From the pursuit of gold, golden goal, to the bracket busting in March.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
From the first pitch in spring training,
Ohtani tees off,
to the dreams of the NFL draft.
With the first pick,
you're one tap away. Open the iHeart app and stream your local stations. Catch the latest on Fox Sports Radio or dive into the world's biggest sports podcasts. Search sports on iHeartRadio and lock in.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the news.
Learn more about the show over on the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com, and we'll get to emails, dispatches, all that coming up in just a bit on the show. The Nancy Guthrie case, we're sort of at a part where a lot of people are over it, which sucks because, I mean, there's a missing elderly woman at the center of all this, like legitimately a victim at the center of all this, and it's gotten to total clown show material moment. You've got tip lines flooded with useless tips, crazy people who hear that there's $1 million online from the family. And if they give the tip that leads to the person who's got Nancy Guthrie, they'll be a millionaire.
So
and
they just make stuff up. Did you see the number? I saw the headline just
how
now.
many
How
total?
many tips? Yeah.
No, how many?
750 moments after she announced the $1 million reward.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. The phones are ringing nonstop. And the one person said, I have a tip for you. There are underground tunnels, and she was snuck out through the tunnels. And this should be a comment on a YouTube video somewhere. This shouldn't be a tip that's coming into the police. And that's what's happening in this case. It's a clown territory now because the cops don't appear to be making any actual progress. They don't appear to be making any progress. And I know a lot of people are bringing up the Elizabeth Smart case and going, yeah, well, she was missing for 6 months, Sean. She was missing for 6 months. And then the cops
She wasn't
finally
84
found her.
years old with heart issues.
That's absolutely true, C-Lane. She was a young girl at the time, Elizabeth Smart was, number one. And number two, if people back then, when Elizabeth Smart was missing and months were going by, were shouting, hey, the cops aren't doing a great job, in retrospect, they would have been right. Because in the Elizabeth Smart case, right around that time, her sister goes, I remember who was in the room. And the cops go, what? Oh, she says she remembers because she was the only witness to this. She's just a little kid. Let's listen. Everybody gather around. Listen. And the cops gathered around. And Elizabeth Smart's sister said, it was this guy. And the cops said, get out of here. You're being ridiculous. Come, shut up, kid. Go play Nintendo or something.
Yeah.
And they waited months more before they actually released or found Elizabeth Smart up in the mountains where
Wasn't the guy
she was.
named like Muhammad or something?
He was a lunatic, self-described prophet type dude. And he had her up in those mountains right above where the house was for 6 months.
I'm Muhammad.
But those cops weren't doing a bang-up job. They made a lot of mistakes, unfortunately. And this case, if you want to compare it to that, well, I mean, maybe it is a good comparison because it doesn't look like the cops have a lot of leads, considering a man dressed in a ski mask went to an elderly woman's house in the middle of the night and just took her. And that to me is frightening enough on its own. But we've gone into clown territory. There was some guy who was arrested, and I hear you see like the fake news headlines coming in. Arrest made in Nancy Guthrie case. Someone arrested at Nancy Guthrie's house. And you go, wait, what's going on? What's happening here? Turns out the media, whoever's left, some of them have left. ABC News
Are the
has left.
streamers still out there?
Some of the streamers are still out there. It's still a smaller group because they have less hope that this lady's still alive. Some guy pulls up and he cruises down the road at the absolute minimum speed his car will go in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood. And then he turns around and then he cruises back by Nancy Guthrie's house. And then he turns around and he goes back. And he went back and forth about 100 times. And then the media outlets who are there go, what is with this weird guy who's slowly driving past Nancy Guthrie's house looking at her? They go over to the window. And this guy is driving while he's on his phone, staring at a photo of Nancy Guthrie. He's going like a mile an hour, staring at a photo of Nancy Guthrie on his phone, and he just keeps going back and forth by her house. And finally, the media outlets go, that guy, something's wrong here. And the cops pull him over, and the dude was just drunk out of his mind, just completely hammered. So drunk that he showed up at this house and was going back and forth.
Man, there's a lot of things I care to do when I'm drunk. And first of all, drive a car at all is far from it. But drive a car super slowly back and forth over and over and over and like
staring at a photo of an old lady
times.
Yeah.
Imagine being that drunk brain. He's like, I want to find that old lady.
I got it.
I just have to drive by and put the clues together in my head.
I just got to get a little closer. And he's driving by, and the guy was drunk. It's a clown show outside of this thing. All you want is for this woman to be found and for the family to be made whole again and to be able to put this past them. But I don't know. Those aren't the stories that I'm seeing. I'm sorry. That's not what I see out there. All right, we got to get to you. Your dispatches are coming in. We'll hear from you just moments from now on the show. People also responding to the worst roommate in the world who was in that story. And I said, if you're going to have a roommate, somebody you're going to cohabitate with, that's even if this is like somebody you want to date and live with, or like if you're going to have anybody who's going to live under the same roof as you, and therefore in many states gain a bunch of rights because you have allowed them to live under your roof. You can't just boot them out. You can't just say, see you later, I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
You better make sure you are vetting those people better than the people in the news story where their roommate was captured on video spraying bug spray all over all of the food in the house. And Sport emails on this front, says, what's up, junkies? Hello. And the bug spray roommate guy, if one of his roommates would have died, he would have been charged with murder, right? So the fact that they didn't die, how is he not charged with attempted murder? How does that work? Have a great weekend and keep up the great work, you heroes, says this person.
I'll take it.
Thank you. I appreciate the email. I don't know. I mean, I think that does seem like something that should bring some serious charges with it. You have to know when you're spraying poison on food that you're possibly going to be doing a lot of harm, maybe even death to the person that will be eating that food and that they wouldn't be aware that you were doing this. And in fact, at the very least, it should be treated just like somebody putting something in your coffee, putting something gross in your coffee. Any of that stuff should be treated in a very, very similar way. But I stand by this. If you're going to have anybody in your house like that, you need to vet these people, and you need to vet them really, really good. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch to join the show, audio or video dispatch. Record yours now over on the website at thenewsjunkie.com, or send an email. If you want to be anonymous when you get on the show with your email, put it on top of tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Tony says, I visited St. Louis, Missouri one time. He's talking about the person, the semi-truck driver driving in the wrong direction. My friend and I were driving downtown at around 3 a.m. We approached an intersection and it just seemed wrong. It took several seconds until we realized we were looking at the back of the traffic lights. We were going the wrong way on a one-way street. We were very lucky there were no other cars or police in that area. Very scary. Well, it's not uncommon for you to get turned around in like a downtown area and you go onto a one-way street and you go, oh my God.
Places like Savannah, where it's like, well, I'm going against traffic and I turn left and I'm also going the wrong way.
Scary. And it can, but I think that could happen to anybody. I don't think semi-truck drivers end up driving the wrong way down a road when they know English, when they understand the road signs in the United States of America, when they understand our traffic laws, when they understand what should be the absolute bare minimum for somebody to get behind a giant, deadly missile of a vehicle at over 80,000 pounds and be able to steer the thing.
There's pretty much little to no situation in which you drive a semi-truck and do not have some sort of GPS assistance. Am I wrong there?
I would think so.
And he drove.
You would think I'm wrong?
No. I would think that you're right, that most people. Well, although then again, whenever somebody asks for directions or something, I'm like, doesn't literally everyone have GPS now? So
but I'm talking semi-truck driver.
Yeah, they must there's no way most of them don't.
Well, the
have.
guy did 81,000 miles prior to that with no incident. At least that was caught.
The company did. The company that I guess the truck was part of did that much. He had another person in the car who, when the cops pulled him over, they let the person who was like sleeping in the cab take over. But the Somalian dude who was behind the wheel, they ended up giving him a charge for driving the wrong way for, I think it was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. The distance that this guy drove the wrong way on the highway. And driving at a good rate of speed. People flying around him. People could have died. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody with a stupid parent moment here on the show, because there was a story about that earlier, swinging all over the place here today. The story about that was this kid went to school, and I think he was in Tampa, or where was he? I don't know.
Tampa was the news station that covered it, so we're assuming that it was close by, Hillsborough-ish.
He was some kid who went to school, and accidentally his parents sent him along with an alcoholic beverage that they thought was just like some kind of fruit drink in the refrigerator. And that opens things up to other parents who have made mistakes. Roxanne says, I went to pick up my 8-year-old from karate class after work on Halloween. I was dressed in a scream mask and a black robe. I peeked my face in the window before I went in. I heard all the younger kids screaming and crying. Not such a good idea.
Oh, that's great.
The teacher was not happy with me, needless to say. Oops, says Roxanne. Thank you for the story. Appreciate that. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? An update on Shia LaBeouf and his New Orleans shenanigans. He's trading in his beads for 12 court-ordered steps. It's been so long, but the crazies have bestowed a gift to 2026 and the world. A new celebrity clone conspiracy! Plus, This Week in Hollywood TMI, and it involves turds and prosthetic stars of the brown kind. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's the Orlando Shine Show with Brendan and the Bus. At 9, we all find...
Hello, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Like activated. Courtney texted me and said, my roommate put the lunch meat in the tortilla drawer one time. Which is why I just changed the code on the front door. And you're not going to be seeing her around here any longer. One time I was a little drunk. I was making a wrap. And when I was putting it away, I got turned around and I put the lunch meat in the tortilla drawer. One time. Is Trump testifying in private as well? We already went over that on the Epstein front.
Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Wasn't that story out of Georgia? I think it might have been. I think the story might have been out of Georgia, and it was Tampa News that was covering. Ban her for 24 hours? Can you do that? There would be hell to pay. You have an entire drawer just for tortillas? It's, you know how sometimes you say, like, it's not just the tortilla drawer, but there was a drawer at the time where things were kept, and one of the things that were kept were dry storage for tortillas. I've heard of a meat drawer, but not a tortilla drawer. Well, it wasn't just for tortilla. Forget it. Forget it. I had a roommate that would put the toilet paper on the roll backwards. I don't have a tortilla drawer anymore. That was at a different place. But I'll tell you, if you guys know anybody who does custom work inside pantries, I want a fully custom pantry. Little things that slide up, spice rack spinning around, fully customized pantry is what I'm looking for. And I've looked at a lot of things online, and I haven't found any really great options. So if you know anything like that, hit me up. 2 minutes till the next episode. Pie rates are out of the roof these days. True. Juan Shawson likes him some tortillas. That's actually true. That's actually true. Do you know what drunk me goes for? This is a true story. If I get hammered now, when I come home, I get a big tortilla.
Joe, we're going to make this a 14.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a big tortilla. I drizzle Mexican cheddar cheese on it. I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And then I put this El Yunque or something, this hot sauce that I have that's nice and really hot. I put that on it. Cheesy roll up. Magnifique. Magnifique. Hang on, I gotta remember something real quick. All right, folks, we're coming back. My favorite roommate was great until his girlfriend moved in. That can be a problematic thing.
Helps investors protect their portfolios with physical gold and silver. Download your free wealth protection kit at noblegoldinvestments.com before it's too late.
All right, we're coming back.
Investments.com.
Thanks to you, more than 50,000 teachers have been recognized for the amazing work they do in classrooms across America each and every day.
Or it's too late. noblegoldinvestments.com.
Thanks to you, more than 50,000 teachers have been recognized for the amazing work they do in classrooms across America each and every day.
Speaking for all teachers, we don't do this for the recognition, but it's nice to get it sometimes.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose.
It's always nice to know that we have a positive impact.
We're helping get teachers the resources they need to inspire the next generation.
It's the family, it's the student, it's the teacher and the school, and even the community, so it's a team effort.
Just go to iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the News Junkie, Sean Watts.
Thank you for being with us. Welcome in. The world's most viral newsroom welcomes you. You can learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. The thing getting the most bites on the show so far, which I love. I want more of this. We were talking about the story it happened to be out of Georgia. And it was a little kid who went to school, and the cops shared the photograph of his lunchbox with Doritos, nacho cheese, and all sorts of other things, and like what looked like a Lunchable. And then there was a hop water or something can in there. Cutwater. It was a can of alcohol, which whoever put this together had thought was just a drink that the kid could have.
Canned lemon drop martini.
The
A
thing
lemon
is-
drop martini, yeah.
And it said it like it was bigger than the word Cutwater, which may be where something got confused, but martini was giant on the can.
Yeah,
Martini is
but-
alcohol.
And not even
Not
Sabrina,
like the bus
first
driver
time
who didn't know White Claw was alcoholic.
I was just going to say, Celia, not even the first time we talked about a mix-up like this happening, because we've had a bus driver who said she grabbed a drink out of her shared refrigerator and she was driving around with the kids, and they said, what the heck's going on here? She's openly drinking a White Claw. She didn't know it was alcoholic. And so we were talking about parenting mistakes that came as a result of this story. Cliff emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Listening to the show about the alcoholic beverage in the kids' lunchbox made me think of a funny story for you guys. I was driving my kids to school and we were running a little bit late. I cracked the refrigerator and grabbed a Celsius, packed the kids, we took off, and I was sitting in the bus loop. I'm pretty friendly with the cops and the staff and everybody. They're relatively nice, so I had my windows down and I was chit-chatting. I reached over and cracked open my Celsius. Thank goodness I didn't take a drink. Turns out I had grabbed a White Claw myself.
Oh.
It was 7 a.m, he says.
Oh.
So at being in the bus loop, with all the other parents, and you look over and you go, the people I'm talking to, including cops, are noticing that I am cracking open a White Claw right now. Made a parenting mistake. Give us more of those. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com, TIPS@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
The pressure against me because of the Epstein files is so much, I have to at least admit guilt to something.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Out of context, that sounds bad.
That wasn't me.
No, well, I am not in the Epstein files.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Have we gone to
positive.
Gmail and searched everyone's name?
I did. I searched my name. I searched the radio station.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
All
I searched
clear.
a couple of things.
You also be in the clear when you work with that mortgage guy, Don, bringing you the next episode, but also bringing you peace of mind. When you go to his website, you can start the process of comparing your quote, your mortgage quote, or refinancing your house. Maybe starting the process of buying your first dream home. Work with someone that you could trust, someone who's got your back, someone who's an expert, but also a good pal. And that, my friends, is that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
29 years ago, 1997, this gal right here.
Taylor, no, Sade.
Oh, yeah.
Sade is right, baby.
2 days, 2 Sades on the show.
Who was the...
You
Sade
brought her up yesterday, yeah.
Oh, that's right. God, time do be flying.
You brought her up because I think she might be in the Hall of Fame or up for the Hall of Fame.
A nominee of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she was rocking and rolling 29 years ago when she was arrested in Jamaica for disobeying a police officer. A warrant was issued for her arrest, and after she failed to appear for the hearings of disobeying a police signal, disorderly conduct after an alleged high-speed chase, and Sade lived to tell the tale, or well, maybe never talk about it again. Either way, congratulations on your Jamaica arrest anniversary. Now let's go to more modern times.
Not a lot happened on February 27th.
Can't say that. Not a lot at all. And next year I'll bring this up, the 1-year anniversary. The man has been ordered to attend rehab and undergo drug testing program following the arrest in New Orleans this week. Last week, a month ago. Actor was arrested and charged with battery in mid-February after allegedly assaulting 2 men at a business. And then a New Orleans criminal district court judge, Simone Levine, revoked his jail release on his own recognizance, meaning he had originally been released without posting bail. Then he got a bond of $100,000. So that's from no bail to $100,000 is quite a jump. He appeared in the courtroom alongside his attorney, bonded out immediately, and the judge has now imposed the conditions of going to rehab and getting drug tested. So we'll see. Wasn't he filming a movie there? So did it work out timing-wise?
He was filming a movie elsewhere. That we had a dispatcher that said he was filming a movie elsewhere in Louisiana previously.
Bayou Mama.
Yeah.
Bayou,
I don't. Now I just heard it's just drama all over his life.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's going to lead to a very impressive acting role in the near future. And it probably won't be on Netflix.
Oh.
Because they have pulled out of the Warner Brothers race after superior Paramount bid. That was the big story where they never released the actual number, but it was supposed to be in the billions, right? As far as that buy.
It was a massive deal, yeah.
And now the streaming platform's co-CEOs Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters have released a statement saying that they are out. And now who is going to be the big buyer of Paramount? The latest offer, the deal is no longer financially attractive, they say. So we are declining to match the Paramount Skydance bid.
I've been told that before.
And how did that work out?
Is that radio negotiations? The deal is no longer attractive to us.
All right, fine, I'll say. They describe Warner Bros. As a world-class organization and thank the conglomerate's bosses. We believe he would have been a strong steward of Warner Bros. Iconic brands, but we out. Now, I don't know how to segue into this. I also don't know why this is a headline, but Hollywood sets can get very weird. In the past, the three of us have had our prank moments. I mean, Prank Monkey was Sean's nickname for a while there. Just making it rain cash for Celia and I to do different pranks.
Mm-hmm.
This is beyond anything that I don't know if we would have accepted money for, but I bring you to the set of Interstellar. Matthew McConaughey and Timothy Chalamet. They were both in that. And that's how they became buddies. And according to Chalamet, he recently took part in a University of Texas event talking about Marty Supreme, or what it is to be an actor. And for some reason, he shared this story. I got to say, my last day on Interstellar, I was sad to be leaving. I was in my trailer. I went to the bathroom, and there was a huge turd in my toilet.
Okay.
I felt so disrespected. I know I'm not the star of this movie, but who's coming in here? Turns out, the mad pooper, none other than Matthew McConaughey, as a
Son of a
prank.
bitch.
All right. You couldn't tell? Why'd you do that? In
Thought
Texas?
I'd go in there and poop in his toilet. All right.
In Texas, it's a coming of age, baby, and you came to age.
Crazy.
Texas. And the rest of this is very boring. I don't know how you follow up at the University of Texas with that story.
You
I'm
guys,
like, tell me about your meta acting.
Anybody watched Marty Supreme yet?
No.
Waiting for it to be streamed.
It's good. It's
You
good.
liked it?
Yeah. I mean, Timothy Chalamet, I really think is like the Leonardo DiCaprio of now. He picks a lot of weird things and then puts a lot of work into it. Like he did the Bob Dylan movie where he
I heard he
really
was great in that.
put a lot, like he learned how to play the guitar so he wouldn't look like an idiot fake playing the guitar. In this, he learned a lot about ping pong. I didn't know much about the story, and I was worried about a ping pong movie.
Same.
But Chalamet's good, man. I think he's really good. I like what he's doing right now.
Thoughts on Amanda Seyfried?
I like her a lot.
Yeah. Have you seen The Housemaid yet?
I did see The Housemaid,
Very
which
good.
was
Oh, you guys
pretty
have seen
good.
it? Yeah.
Like if you like a twisty turny movie, my God, that one serves it up for you. That's exactly what it was meant to do.
I haven't seen it yet, but I am twisty and turny at the piece of news that has been shared. And I guess a little bit of a spoiler alert that you will be seeing prosthetic one, to be exact. That is what she's sharing in a recent movie. It wasn't Housemaid, The Testament of Anne Lee, an 18th century religious figure that she played. And in this movie, it needed to be graphic. At the end of the movie, I'm standing in front of a burning building with just a merkin. I felt so free. And you can't see her brown star in the scene because they made it a prosthetic.
The merkin is
Coming out on Christmas Day, by the way.
Right. It's the hair.
The pubic hair, right?
Yeah, but she's wearing that, and then I guess they make prosthetic BHs now.
Like a pea wig.
What?
Yeah.
Pubic hair?
Yeah.
For sure.
He
I
means
just didn't-
something else, but
I didn't know that they made prosthetic backsides, or that they would expose it so much in a religious movie that's coming out on Christmas Day. But here
I
we
didn't
are.
either. I do know that Amanda Seyfried, Courtney follows her on Instagram, and she seems like a real sweet character. She has her own farm, and she lives on this big farm and takes pictures of her goats and stuff. And
It's your dream, right?
she seems nice.
You still want a farm, Sean?
The more and more I look at it, the more and more work it looks like. They put a lot of work into this stuff. And I maybe when I retire, I might have some time like that, but not now.
Behold, if you have the money right now, you could be the proud owner of C-3PO's disembodied head.
What?
That's probably a lot of money.
I sent you the article that shows it, but also the entertainment memorabilia live auction that is happening now on propstoreauction.com. And they have the light up head from The Empire Strikes Back, an extremely
lights up.
rare find, no body involved, and it is estimated to fetch how much money in the upcoming entertainment memorabilia
Oh,
sale?
I cheated. I already did.
Oh, right, there it is.
I'll hide it. I'll hide it from Celine.
Elaine, you want to take a guess?
$6 million.
That is way too high. All right. Sean, do you want to take a guess?
I want to guess between $350,000 and $700,000.
That
I say
is
it goes for $1 million.
correct. I probably
Nailed
will.
it. Absolutely nailed it.
According to the auction house, it's the only known example of 3PO's head from the second film to appear on the collector market. So if you snag this one, it's definitely going to go for over $1 million. Then you're going to be the proud owner of that thing. They also have Luke's hero lightsaber hitting the auction block, and Ray Luke's lightsaber hilt. What is that?
Oh.
What's a hilt?
It's a hilt. You got the lightsaber hilt.
And then you hilt it.
Hold on. Is that a holder? Lightsaber hilt?
I just call it a
HILT?
hold, yeah. That's estimated to go for $50,000
The handle.
to $100,000.
Okay.
Just the hilt, not the lightsaber.
Well,
Yeah.
No, because lightsabers
It's
aren't
called
real.
a hilt.
Wow, not a believer.
The light part is not the thing. It's just it's like that's what they call them, I guess.
And I guess for $100,000, it's a downright bargain because it was just last year that Darth Vader's saber, or the hilt, went for almost $4 million.
I don't think I don't think any of the stuff from the sequel trilogy will fetch nearly as much as the original trilogy.
Is this real? Is it like these are props from Jaws, the fishing pole?
Yeah.
And
Could be yours.
they got cool stuff at this auction. That's awesome.
Happy bidding, everybody. And breaking news. This is certainly news to me, but we've got another celebrity clone on our hands. And he's been in front of our faces for decades.
Really?
And thank God the crazies have done their work. The alarm bells are sounding off. And they say that Jim Carrey is a clone.
Ooh.
Alrighty then.
I knew it.
That or a body double that is playing Jim Carrey, because the real Jim Carrey passed away and disappeared a long time ago.
I'm sitting here looking at the auction, and as you mentioned Jim Carrey, one of the props in the auction you were talking about is the rhino where he crawled out of its butt.
That's probably where he died or disappeared to.
Yeah, it's the actual rhino where Jim Carrey crawled out of its butt.
They're calling it the butt birth rhino.
How much is it going for? What does it start?
Estimated between $4,000 and $8,000. But remember, Sabrina, if you're going to put this in your house, your house is going to have a big giant rhino, and
I could put the
only when
litter
people
box
come
in
over.
there.
The first time people come over, you could pop out of the rhino's butt and go like, Ace Ventura.
Hey.
But after that, it's tough.
So the conspiracy theory is a fun read. Fans are convinced that he died a long time ago, and now we are amongst a clone on the boob tube. Just have a great weekend. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. Watch the 57th NAACP Image Awards if you'd like. Saturday Night Live. The 32nd SAG-AFTRA Actors Awards, and the series premiere of yet another Yellowstone spinoff. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, but most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. They have the one of the props is the Back to the Future newspaper, which I do collect newspapers. But the starting bid is $1,500 for the clock tower struck by lightning newspaper.
I think they've got a lot of those, though.
I thought so too.
So what are they? This was the one that he held up?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, to C-Lane's point, that they made a bunch of these, and they've had a bunch of these out there. And while it's cool, a Back to the Future fake newspaper, there's $1,500 is like, that seems like
Just
way
right-click
too
that,
much.
copy image, send it to me. I'll have it printed for you by the end of the
True,
weekend.
yeah, and you wouldn't even really know the difference.
No.
You know, I put a lot of time and effort collecting newspapers and getting them installed in a museum glass, and then nobody cares.
And, you know, most of that glass survived.
That wasn't a newspaper. That was a news junkie show design. All right, quick break. When we come back,
solid print work.
It's This Week in Florida with C-Lane, a full roundup of all of the zany, crazy, and otherwise unbelievable stories out of the state of Florida. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic stop and go heading through the city on I-4 westbound before that Colonial Drive exit. There's slowdowns starting to form in some typical areas. You're going to get stuck through that amusement park area. Ongoing construction on the Turnpike northbound.
From the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Spring savings start early at Lowe's. Get a Cobalt 24.
Welcome behind the scenes.
For just $99 and 4 bags of stink green.
Good to see you. Happy Friday, everybody.
Soil offer excludes Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Great news, homeowners. That mortgage guy, Don, offers HELOCs. That's right, home equity lines of credit. A way to unlock your equity while keeping your super low 2, 3, or 4 rate intact on the first mortgage. Get cash out for home improvement.
Hi there,
consolidation,
YouTube.
taxes.
Hey there, Twitch. This Week in Florida is next. It's about to get nuts. And then we'll lean into some fun in the end, the finale of the final show for the week.
Get peace of mind right there at your fingertips. By going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
I gotta tell you, thanks again to everybody who's been watching the short videos that I've been doing. I've been really, really wanting to get some traction on YouTube. And now, finally, up to 28,000 subs. And it should be 29,000 subs very, very soon, this weekend maybe. All as a result of one of the shorts that I did this week, which got 1.1 million views and counting. And it's finally like ginned up the engine of the YouTube channel. So I'm ready to go, baby. I think we'll see 29 by this week. And I'm really hoping, because we're at 28,875 right now. I'm at 28,875 on YouTube. So 29 is right around the corner. And then I think if I could hit 30,000 on YouTube next week, then we're talking short-term goal, 33,000 subscribers, because that is 1/3 officially of the way to the 100,000 subscribers that I really want. Couple of minutes, and we're back live. This week in Florida with special guest host C-Lane. He is the host. He is the guy. I try to say nice things, so when strangers are in the comments, you look good. Well, thank you. Genuinely, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a lot of numbers. Allow me to simplify. YouTube channel growth has been slow as hell until I recently ramped up stuff. In the last couple of weeks, it's up over 1,000 subscribers. Should hit 29,000 subscribers today or tomorrow, with a goal next week of getting to 30,000 subs. Thank you, Flaps. Hello and goodbye, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Where are you going? Clips appear on the Facebook feed? Yeah, well, that's where they get the most traction. Facebook has seen exponential growth. Currently at almost 138,000 followers on Facebook, which is great. It's been an excellent, excellent strategy. I only wish I started doing it 3 years ago and doing the short videos every day. 2 minutes and we're back live. Sean wants that sweet silver plaque. So true. I mean, I'll make a nice little space for it somewhere. Up there, maybe. Over here. And that would be a prized possession. I want it. I want it. Hello, Dylan. Get invited to influencer meetups? I don't care about that. I care about building the platform, having a bigger built-in audience. And the first thing I have to do is, Facebook is already very significant. It's like 10,000 plus views this month, maybe more than that on Facebook. That's big numbers. That's pretty good. I think I can get that up even more. YouTube this month, I'll tell you. YouTube this month, right now, 1.2 million views. Like, it's starting to get up there. I think I probably have the biggest reach on Facebook of anybody in iHeart, in terms of the amount of people who see content that I make on Facebook. I want to be on the top of the list of iHeart people for all the social media platforms I can for reach. But who knows how much longer that will matter for. Come back. This week in Florida.
Pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
A roundup of everything crazy, embarrassing, and otherwise that went down in Florida just moments away from right now on the show. Don't forget, if you miss any of the show, you can always get the podcast. Hello, podcast friends. Hey there. Hey, how are you? Good to be with you. And if you want to join the podcast hordes, the biggest podcast in the southeastern United States for iHeartRadio, and we'd love for you to get on board if you want to listen on demand. Just go over to thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see all the podcast links right there, raring and ready to go. Okay, here goes nothing. C-Lane, are you ready?
I am ready.
There he is. Okay, he's ready. He's got his stuff. He looks prepared. He's got things in front of him. Here goes nothing. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. That means it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And it's here, friends. The moment I have been waiting for quite some time. It's happened. It's been unleashed on Orlando.
Why?
What is it?
Oh, come on. You don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Keep talking over it. Sorry. Keep talking over it. Ready? We'll do this again.
Why? No.
Nothing?
I hear Wipeout.
I thought it was Vans Warped Tour.
I did too. I thought it was like a punk band singing a song called Wipeout about like a friend who maybe went surfing and died because one of the waves was too big. Yeah.
Finally starting the long-awaited robo-taxi service in Central Florida after months of test runs, and its first official rider was Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer. He took an 8-minute driverless trip on the streets of downtown Orlando Tuesday morning, ushering in a new era of autonomous vehicle rides
That should
in
go
the
well
region.
downtown for sure.
Well, it's
downtown crumbles as the man rides alone in an autonomous vehicle. Great.
It's kind of, well, it's not that part of downtown. It's not there yet. It's
of course it's not.
It's a little west of downtown, actually. So far, Waymo is running just a few dozen vehicles at first, so that's why not a lot of people have gotten the invitation to use the service yet. They say they don't want 10,000 people fighting for just a couple dozen vehicles.
You've used it before, right?
I used it in San Francisco.
Cheaper or around the same price as Uber?
I feel like
With
I was
humans.
around the same price. You don't got to tip them.
It should be cheaper.
I think it should be cheaper, too.
Yeah, me too.
Initially, the vehicles will not drive on any expressways or interstate highways and will only service this 60-mile area that extends from west of downtown southward along the I-4 corridor. But the Google subsidiary plans to expand the service later this year. Also, Tesla robo-taxis have been announced to be here by, I think they said June. I'm not even going to try a song for that one because you guys can't hear me. Waymo's white Jaguar SUVs are affixed with 29 cameras, 6 radars, 5 LiDAR laser scanners, and 4 audio receptors to map the streets around them and get riders to their chosen location. within the zone, of course, that they operate. So exciting stuff for people who are in that little area.
Yeah.
They'll start using the Waymos, and then they'll probably, hopefully widen the area and go places I want to go, maybe even pick me up at my house. That would be pretty sweet, Waymo. That would be come to me for advice on where you should operate, and I'll just make it the service best for me.
Hey, how far do you want to go with this automated life that you're trying to live? Like, would you get into the Waymo and then talk to a robot while you were going on your journey?
What do you mean, talk to a robot?
Like, you got a robot driving you. What if they were like, C-Lane, would you like to have a conversation with the Waymo?
Hell no, that's the reason you're in a Waymo, so you don't have to talk to anybody.
You just want to be, like, loudly on your phone or something, huh?
I'm going to be on my phone, like,
Bluetooth in it.
Sure.
Throw up in the
I don't
back.
know if you can Bluetooth in the Waymo. You have, so the Waymo app does some of the controls of the car. Like, you can use the app to turn the AC up and down and stuff like that. But they also have the controls when you sit in the back seat. I think that you can sit in the front seat and do this too. But they have an extra touch screen in the back that has climate controls. And it has iHeartRadio loaded in, so you can listen to your favorite iHeartRadio stations.
I was going to do it too, but it hurts me.
In the back of... So, actually, I put on our home station when we were in San Francisco just to check it out, just to say, hey, we did this.
I'm a company guy.
So that's fun news for Florida. Now, not so fun news, because there's a bill headed to the Senate floor, and I just bet we're going to pass this one because we can't have nice things. But Florida could soon join the small list of states. Actually, it would be the 5th state if this passes to ban the sale of nitrous oxide at vape shops and convenience stores.
What?
So fun.
Wow.
The Senate Fiscal Policy Committee. This seems like something that's not fiscal. This doesn't seem very fiscal. And it's not a good way to celebrate the fiscal new year. I'll tell you that. The fiscal committee on Tuesday unanimously passed SB 432, which would prohibit the possession, sale, furnishing of nitrous oxide, making it a 3rd-degree felony, measure now headed to the Senate floor. If it passes, we would be the 5th state to ban nitrous, also known as laughing gas, often sold in canisters of the dissociative anesthetic drug traditionally used at the dentist's office, but also sold at gas stations and smoke shops. I've never seen nitrous at a gas station.
Oh,
maybe I'm not looking at the right place.
I mean, I'm like 20 feet from all the ingredients that I need right now.
Well, do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
I got half of what I need over there. I don't have a balloon, I don't think.
I thought they make them now that you just put your mouth directly on it. Like they're colorful bottles.
They should make it harder, not easier. They really should.
If you had to guess where in Florida this report by Moving Place says Gen Z is flocking to, where do you think they're flocking to in Florida?
I know this. Miami. It's Miami. That's where all the kids want to go.
The land.
This is places that they're moving to.
They're not moving to Miami?
No. Miami's not on the list. A new report this week by Moving Place has revealed where Gen Z is moving, and one unlikely neighborhood in Florida is near the top of the list. Number 2 on the top 10 zip codes that Gen Z is moving to.
Okay, unlikely Gen Z moving there.
Okay, can you maybe give a clue of
Those are
north,
the clues.
central,
Unlikely
or south?
And Gen Z are the clues.
Okay, most unlikely place for Gen Z to be moving in Florida, I think, Fellsmere.
I don't think this is Fellsmere. No, the Villages. They say the Villages is number 2 behind.
They're not allowed to live there.
Behind Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Villages is on the list.
How?
Yeah,
the
you have to be
Villages is old
55.
people.
It is. Some of the Villages is technically age restricted, but the retirement community may not seem like a fit for younger generations. The Villages website states that people under 55 are allowed to live there so long as they're at least 19 years old and share a household with somebody over 55. Florida law allows up to 20% of a retirement community's residents to be between the ages of 18 and 55. They're saying Minneapolis took the top spot. The second zip code in the ranking was taking people by surprise. That is 34762, the Villages, Florida, followed by New York, South Boston, Brooklyn, another New York, Nashville, and another city that I think got the closest to getting its own segment on this show because we used to have a lot of weird stories.
Beaverton.
From Beaverton, Oregon.
That is true,
in
yeah.
In 8th place. And then a couple places in Wisconsin rounding out the top 10 list for places where Gen Z is moving. A sheriff in Palatka, the Putnam County Sheriff, he has a little bit of advice for a woman. He says, listen, this could have been handled differently. You could have done things a little differently. Said the woman accused of holding 2 children at gunpoint and forcing them into her car should have handled the situation better. And that seems obvious, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Wait, why did she have a gun out?
According to this is a story that we have heard before, for sure. According to the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, 68-year-old Baby Hamilton is her name. Has been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a weapon and 2 counts of kidnapping of a minor in connection with the incident involving an 11 and 12-year-old child. The arrest came after a deputy responded to a home in reference to a possible kidnapping complaint and interviewed all involved. According to the report, he spoke to the woman who said her son was fishing at the pond behind their apartment complex. And then she got a call from her son and could hear a woman shouting about trespassing and fishing on private property. She said, "You're fishing on my property? Here's what I'm going to do. Hold you at gunpoint and put you in my car."
Smart.
She tried talking to her son, but the call hung up. 10 minutes later, her son, his cousin, and Hamilton showed up at the apartment. According to the mother, Hamilton told her the kids were trespassing her property without permission, and she was going to speak to the manager of the property. She also said, this was the sheriff saying.
She literally said she wanted to speak to the manager, just full Karen lingo and
100%
everything.
Karen, except that her name is Baby, so I think she probably has had a hard time growing up. Deputies conducted the search warrant at her home, found the gray Walther P22.22 caliber handgun and a magazine loaded with 8 bullets. She was arrested and held without bond. The sheriff said she could have approached this much differently, and rather than pull a handgun on them, perhaps offer them a Little Debbie's cake treat or a soda and say, "We have to talk about this. Let's go see your parents." She could have taken it a step further and said, "This is private property, and I appreciate you want to fish. I'm glad you're not tearing the property up. How about you help me clean, and you're welcome to come over here and fish anytime you want."
This is very bad advice, officer.
What's wrong with that? Offering Little Debbie cakes?
You don't take
to the
candy from
kids?
strangers.
This sounds like this advice came from the kids.
And what kind of negotiation? Help me clean.
You
instead
should
of
have
fish.
offered us food.
Like if you ask the kids how she should approach this, well, she should have come over. She should have offered us all $100 bill and a couple Little Debbies, and then, this would have been better.
And then come clean my house instead of fish.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the sheriff's idea. I don't know if the sheriff has kids, I don't know if the sheriff
Dirty-ass house, it's in.
should be encouraging people to offer kids food, but, there's other ways to do this besides hold them at gunpoint and put them in your car.
True.
Over to Clearwater, and we've had a lot of reports about this since Florida's super speeder law was put into effect, and this one's no different. A man was arrested after police said he drove 129 miles an hour, but he has a reason. Reason. And either you got to stop talking when you get arrested for stuff like this, because you're just going to end up in the news when you have excuses like this or reasons, unless you want to be in the news. And if you want to be in This Week in Florida, that's what you do. You say stuff like this. The Clearwater officer conducting speed enforcement on Highway 19 reported seeing a vehicle operated by 19-year-old Christopher Garcia Caminos going 129 miles an hour, despite the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. Garcia Caminos told police McDonald's took too long to make his food, and he was rushing back to work because he only had a few minutes left on his break. I think he made it back in time. The teen told police he believed he was driving around 100 miles an hour.
Oh.
No injuries were reported. Garcia Caminos went to Pinellas County
Remember how
Jail.
bad you were at planning things when you were young? And your schedule would get like that haywire. And you'd go back to your boss, and your boss would be like, "Why are you late?" And you'd be like, "I was trying to get McDonald's, and that, I did.
They took too long to make my food."
That's their fault, not mine.
Despite the McDonald's excuse, he still found himself in jail. In Miami Beach, a man was stabbed after denying sex to an adult content creator because she was not Jewish. So,
right?
He's a very...
Hold on. So he had the opportunity
he
to
is a
have
Semite. Yes.
All right.
He's
All
very
right.
much a Semite. An online adult content creator from Atlanta stabbed a man in a shower in Miami Beach Thursday after he denied her sex, quote, because she was not Jewish, end quote. Police
Talk about kissing the wall.
Police said he told officers. Authorities arrested LaRose Saint, a 30-year-old transgender woman who advertises explicit profiles on the Fansly and X platforms on a felony aggravated battery charge and 3 misdemeanors. They say the victim said...
Is this story real?
I have so many questions.
So
they
the
got in the
person's not even
shower together, and is that how he discovered that it wasn't Jewish?
He saw the penis and goes, no,
that's not the problem.
You're not Jewish.
It's not that you have a penis. It's that it's circumcised. Like I can't. Yeah,
precisely.
Jesus.
Wow.
Or
And a
just
knife
not
in the shower too.
circumcised.
So many things.
According to the arrest report, the victim told officers he met Saint, whose full name is listed as LaRose Angel Saint, 3 weeks ago, invited her to his apartment. The victim explained after Saint arrived, he informed her they would not engage in sexual intercourse because she was not Jewish. She then became upset and requested his car keys and money, and then things got a little stabby. She grabbed a knife from a drawer and told the victim, I'm about to crash out. And that's it for This Week in Florida, baby.
Wipe out, crash out. What a journey. What an experience. There was a lot packed into that last story, Sealand.
Yeah.
There was layers like an onion going on over there. Okay. Thank you for that. I do have to tell everybody, and I want all of you to heed my words here, because I'm going to need a lot of people to respond to this. This has never happened before, ever, and I'm very thankful for it, but it's kind of insane. There is a Secret Shows donation gifted right now of 125 subscriptions.
Holy crap.
It's just absolutely unhinged. There's never been one that big. 125 gifted subs from the legend himself, Sun State John, who's single-handedly winning the battle to gift the most Secret Show subscriptions.
Is he trying to get his own Hall of Fame? Just a separate frame?
I think he's trying to move upstairs, which, come on over, Sun State John. We'll make this happen.
Careful what you wish for.
We'll arrange this. So now, here's the deal. Secret Shows. There's another one. There's one every Friday. They're released by 5 p.m. Uncensored shows. And right now, if you just have an account on thenewsjunkie.com, it only takes a second to set one up if you don't. You go to the top of the website, and it's quite obvious. It says free gift subscriptions are available. Claim now. Once you have an account and you're logged in, all you do is hit claim. Boom. You got a month just like that. Thanks to Sun State John for 125 gifted subs, which is undeniably, undoubtedly a record. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Everybody else, go grab it. Unlock the entire website and unlock Secret Shows over on thenewsjunkie.com with those available subscriptions. Oh, they're flying now. So make your way over there, claim them. Again, it doesn't cost anything to create an account. It's free, and you do it in like 2 seconds. So just do that and claim one of these. There's a lot of them available thanks to a very generous donation right there. Okay, quick break. When we come back, a family gets caught up in a human trafficking investigation. And I have to tell you, they're being pretty chill about it. What happened? Wait till you hear this story. It is unbelievable. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
Oh my God. 125 gifted subs. What? That blows away the record by 95. 125. Cordy just hit me up with a text. 125? Crazy. 125 gifted subs. Holy shit. What? I need to sit down. I'm going to have to write a song for Sun State John for that. I'm going to have to write and perform a song to thank Sun State John for 125 Gifted subs. It's now called the Secret Sun State John Show. Welcome to Secret Sun State John Shows. Holy shit. Misa on YouTube says, make sure you all use a subscription to watch on Discord next week. Thank you, Sun State John. Somebody says, got one? Let me see. Down to 70 available right now. Down to 70 available. Go grab those subs. Holy shit. Also, rip Sun State John's inbox. Because he gets an email when he gifts them, and then he gets an email when everybody claims them. Oh, great. All of these people are also going to accept a gift afterwards. Holy cow. 60 available. Courtney says, eating silver tuna tonight. Sun State John, you legend. You legend. 125 gifted subs. What a Friday. Gonna be a banner Secret Shows audience. Unbelievable. 55 available. More than half of them are gone already. After that mention. I was like, will there be enough people to gobble all these up? People want to unlock the website, though. Go do it while you can. And make sure you thank Sun State John. Courtney Renee says, woo-hoo, woo-hoo indeed. My God. Just Scott says, thank you. Shallow says, thank you. Stand by. Janine says, claps to Sun State John. Thank you, Sun State John. I mean, that's huge. We watch on Discord? No. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see all of the secret shows are on the website. When you're logged in and subscribed, you will be able to watch or listen to all the secret shows. You can search the old ones. There's all sorts of stuff in there. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows. There's a new one going out tonight at 5 p.m., which was a fun show. I think you'll like it. Fully uncensored every week. And it comes with all the other benefits, including an ad-free stream, which you'll have access to next week. All right, we're coming back.
Of state security.
The Sixth Bureau podcast is a story of the inner workings of the MSS and how one man's ambition and mistakes opened its vault of secrets.
Listen to The Sixth Bureau from Bloomberg Podcasts on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Follow The Sixth Bureau and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
So good to have you around here. And I'm just happy we can get to some of your dispatches here in just a moment. So record yours if you haven't done so already. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Thenewsjunkie.com right now. You can still grab those secret shows that were gifted, 125 of them. It's down to like 40, I think, available. 40 are left. So go over there and grab them to unlock the entirety of the News Junkie website. Make sure you thank Sun State John for that after you grab yours. But it'll give you a month access to all of this. And it's as simple as just a couple of clicks. Anybody with a phone or a website can go to thenewsjunkie.com. And the developers made it really easy to do this, which I truly like. A new secret show comes out every Friday at 5 p.m. You can watch or listen and get into the world of the uncensored secret shows over there. But grab those while you have an opportunity at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, I said that a family mistakenly got caught up in a human trafficking investigation.
That's a big whoopsie.
Wait, did you say mistakenly before the break?
Well, I don't know if I worded it exactly that way before we went to the break, but I said that they were remarkably cool about it considering the circumstances.
Right.
And what happened
I thought you were saying they were weirdly cool about being in the investigation, not mistakenly. And that's why I was like, wow, that is an odd tease.
Well, I'll preface this with a couple of things. One, they were remarkably cool about this, and you'll agree once you hear the circumstances here. And two, this is evidence that there's some people out there that they're on as high alert as you could possibly be for human trafficking type stuff. I've only encountered something like this once in my entire life, where I was in Wellington and I was at a radio station event at the time for a top 40 radio station I was working for. And it was a Halloween broadcast. And there was a guy who showed up and he was wearing armor and a sword and all this stuff. And he had this little girl with him who was dressed up in a matching costume. And it was a bar, and something felt weird. It felt like this is not this guy's daughter. Why is this guy wandering around with a 12 or 13-year-old girl? And it just like set my alarm bells off. But mostly I don't go through life thinking that a man with a young girl isn't the father of that young girl. However, that's what happened here. Somebody saw this father and daughter, and instead of thinking that's a father just spending time with his daughter, they thought, this is sex trafficking. This is human trafficking that's happening here. And they called the cops on this guy. Let's get some of the story. This is from CTV up in Canada.
We begin with a trip to a Guelph coffee shop that took a dramatic turn for a father and daughter.
Never heard of it.
Two other customers had concerns about their relationship and contacted police. And then before they knew it, the father and daughter had their pictures popping up on social media, and investigators were on the hunt. CTV's Spencer Turcott spoke with everybody involved in this situation and joins us live now with the full story. So Spencer, this kind of came out of the...
I got to tell you, if I'm just sitting there and I'm spending some time with my daughter and people are like bothering me, if you think there's some sort of issue and you want to come up and ask a question, that would be sensible. But if the cops are coming, if now there's a full-on investigation just because I'm sitting here with my daughter, I don't think I would take it this cool. I think I would be pretty upset, but you'll hear from the father and daughter.
Last Wednesday evening for the father and the daughter.
Well, Tony, it's not often you're in line for a coffee 1 minute and then the next, police are questioning you for possible human trafficking.
I hope not.
The father and daughter stopping by a Guelph coffee shop. Quite normal for Jonathan Puddle and his daughter, Emmy.
We said, hey, do you want to go grab a coffee? So we came here and stood there and perused the menu.
Little did they know tens of thousands of people would soon see their faces.
All right, so here he is with his daughter. He's a younger guy. He doesn't look too old to me. I don't know if they said his name, but he's like a bearded guy, maybe might be in his 30s or something. And his daughter, she just looks like a teenage girl who's with him. I don't see anything weird about this. I don't see anything that would set off an alarm bell for me. And I mean, save for like if they were making out with each other, and then I'd go, okay, well, this is obviously weird. What's going on here? This would not have caused an issue for me.
A security camera photo of the two was shared widely by Guelph police, asking for the public's help to locate and speak with them.
God.
That's so embarrassing.
It's a photo of the father and his daughter online, and it says the police service would like to speak with the people in this photo as a response to an ongoing investigation. Here's the phone number and here's the email address. And then it's got him and his daughter, and they look like criminals.
So we sat down just over there and ate our snacks and chatted about nonsense. And then we went out and got in the van.
Okay, the question I have for
it's the van. The van was a dead giveaway.
That's exactly it.
The van is the problem, isn't it? It's like the woman, whoever was seeing this and going, this is human trafficking, this is sex trafficking. They're like, no, it's not. Just calm down. Just
show us a picture of the van.
Wait, they're leaving. They're getting in a white van.
Call the cops.
This guy is so chill considering this. If somebody did this to me, I'd be so mad. But let's see this van.
Nothing of it.
As they pulled out, there was a knock on the van window. It was a young man and his girlfriend who Jonathan recognized from inside the coffee shop.
He said, can you explain how you're related to her? And so I said, yeah, this is my daughter.
And I was kind of like looking at her to see if she would give me anything.
She didn't really help much because she just kind of clammed up and didn't really say anything.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Blame the kid.
So the guy goes over and goes, how do you know her? What's going on here? And he's starting to investigate this sex trafficking. And the girl gets super nervous in the moment and doesn't speak out.
Please help me.
Because who does that?
Yeah, she's thrown off by it, but the dad's like, she clams up and she doesn't go, I'm his daughter. Nothing's weird happening here. Everything's fine. And then that makes it look even more strange.
No idea what they were talking about. I did not hear a single thing.
Jonathan soon realized the young man was just showing concern for his daughter's well-being.
Damn.
I really respect that. This is my daughter. We're okay.
Logan says what he overheard between the two inside sounded as though they were unfamiliar to each other. He was worried it could be a case of human trafficking.
And I was still iffy on it, and then that was when I decided to call
the white van
just to be safe than sorry, because I know it's a serious issue.
The Guelph Police Service took the concern.
Nothing like human trafficking and smooth jazz.
There's supposed to be a place where there's hobos outside and they have to blast the classical music to get them out of there. But I don't know. Do you fault this couple for going up and knocking on the window of the van and going, hold on, we need to investigate here? This is a tough one because sometimes, every once in a while, it will be a heroic thing. Sometimes, every once in a while,
you went to the Halloween party.
I didn't do anything. I just assumed it was all above board. I didn't know there was 120 people there or something. There was a lot of people there, so I wasn't thinking that like I was the only one that had to do something.
Because you saved the girl from human trafficking.
I hope that was just an innocent thing, as was this. But that's the big question I have. Should you do better safe than sorry? Should you just should we all be investigating things when something seems a little bit off?
It has not worked out in my favor, I'll tell you that.
Should you do this at risk of alleging that a father and his daughter?
Human trafficking?
I accuse someone of pleasuring themselves in a Walgreens parking lot. Mm-hmm. And when the old man put down the window of his car, it also the flesh-colored leaf reflection also went away, and it turns out he was just sitting in his car, did not have his junk in his hands.
He probably thought you were crazy.
I said, you're disgusting.
Oh, no.
I know what you're doing. You're disgusting.
Did you apologize to him?
No, I had it out.
You called him disgusting.
So if you think you see a person masturbating in their car, you want to confront them?
I don't know what came over me. I thought I was see something, say something, and I guess I just thought I saw something and said something, and I learned my lesson. I'm not doing that crap no more. I had to get home and...
Were you...
I'm sharing stuff. I don't need it to turn around on me.
It did already, I think.
Yeah, and what happened to the little girl? Never saw her again, her parents, after that Halloween party.
Get nosy. Did you didn't apologize to the guy after you got it wrong?
I don't remember.
Were you stoned?
It was just like, what? No, it was just came over me. I had gone in the Walgreens. By the time I came out, the man had not moved. And then I did not check enough. I should have triple checked. And it looked like his genitals were in his hands.
Courtney on YouTube says, trust your gut. But she did trust her gut. And she was wrong. And the couple was wrong.
This guy in Guelph was wrong.
Is it worth it to be wrong? Because if you are right, it's more important. That's like the big question that hovers over this. Because you
for
might
human
get it wrong.
Trafficking, maybe. For whacking it in the Walgreens parking lot, no.
Poor guy. He goes home and explains to his wife, like, somebody said I was disgusting. He just thought he looked ugly.
He doesn't know what you thought you saw, so now
No, why are you
he's
sitting in the parking lot? He's like, what? I can't hear. And he puts down the window, and I'm like,
he just thought he was so ugly that day. That he was like,
why are you just sitting in the parking lot, freak?
Guy, Jesus. All right.
But very clean windows, so I'll give him that.
Quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm never being vulnerable again on this show.
I mean, I think it's an interesting story. I think it adds to the conversation, and we'll see what people think you should do. What should you do in these circumstances? Again, better safe than sorry, or mind your own business. Those things are really, they're clashing here in a story like this. But let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Back in just a moment with Jury Duty. We'll get to your feedback. We'll get to lots of other stuff as we roll on a Friday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Is it better? Is it worse? I mean,
the other dude was better.
Really?
Was he? Yeah, because
when he hard Frenches you.
Boy, the way I'm about to say this is going to sound bad.
Go ahead.
He squeezes harder and just he knows where the muscles were better.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
The Magic blew a 19-point lead and lost to the Rockets. Desmond Bain scored 30 in the loss. The Magic are home to Detroit on Sunday. College hoops tomorrow. UCF looks for a 4th straight win when they host Baylor. Also tomorrow, number 7 Florida welcomes Arkansas. High marks continue for Miami Dolphins ownership. ESPN reports the Dolphins for a 3rd straight year ranked 1st in the NFL Players Association annual report cards. I'm Matt McCoy.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Hello, John. Hello, Brisby. Hello, everybody over on YouTube. 20 more gifted subs left in the mega pile. The mega pile. From Sun State John. Go grab those suckers while you can. I'll post that on my Instagram story real quick. $125 gifted subs. Claim yours now. It's easy at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay. And then let's get a link. HTTPS. Claim your free sub. Done. Post it on the story. All right, couple minutes left, and we're back. We're going to cruise through jury duty. And then, of course, we have the power hour, final hour of the show for the week. We're getting close. Let me ask you while we have an opportunity here, chat. What do you do? Better safe than sorry or mind your own business? You see like a man with a younger woman and something feels off to you. Do you approach them and start asking questions and say like, hey, is this sex trafficking? Who is this young girl you're with? Knock on the window of your van. Better safe than sorry or mind your own business? That's really tough because I think I would be pissed off. I think I would be upset. I'd be like, I'm just here trying to have a lunch with my daughter and you guys think I'm some sort of predator? I would initially be pissed off. Yeah, each subscription lasts for 1 month. It's video and audio. So all you new subs will be able to watch the latest Secret Show, which goes up at 5 p.m. today. See something, say something to authorities. What's interesting is they confronted these people in the parking lot. The guy said no, and then they still shared a picture on all social media platforms to try to identify them. Two minutes and we're back. Mind your own business, somebody said. Depends on the situation. Does anybody think that there might be a lot of people who are like really hyper aware? Because I run into these neighborhoods on TikTok every once in a while where people are like so hyper aware and they think that people are being trafficked everywhere. It's usually like younger white people who think that most human trafficking is like little teenage white girls instead of most human trafficking being people smuggled over borders. They have a very different view of what they think reality is. Take matters into your own hands is my advice going forward, says Bill. All right. Too much Reddit, says Yuckers. Yeah, I think there's some people that are just like so hyper aware that they think people are just being trafficked all over the place. As horrible as it is when those things happen, I still happen to think they're very rare. It's almost like parents being so controlling over their kids and how far they can go because they'll watch the news and they'll see violent stories. If it bleeds, it leads and all that. That's a borderline conspiracy theorist? Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. These are people who they're seeing shadows everywhere. So you have to juggle that, which is like crazy and obnoxious, with, well, hang on. At what point does it rise to, I should be asking some questions? Because what if this is really somebody that's being held against their will? That's the crazy one. 15 subs left. Here we go.
Listen, sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The only show brave enough to admit we Google half this stuff. This is the news.
We'll get to your response on this whole weird human trafficking run-in. And, I mean, my brain goes a couple of places on this. If you missed what we were talking about, the story was about these Canadians, this guy and his daughter, and they went to go get lunch. And there was a young couple, and the young couple was kind of watching them and thinking that their interactions didn't make sense for some reason. And then the guy and his daughter left the establishment in Canada and went to get into his van to leave, and they ran after, and they sort of like knocked on the van, They were going to do an investigation. And I said, this brings up a really interesting topic, actually. And that is, when are you butting in when you should be minding your own business? And when should you say, forget it, I really have to investigate here? How do you know where to draw that line of like, I actually need to do something? I need to do something about this. In this case, the daughter was very nervous when this couple approached, and then they drove away. They posted a photograph of them on the police social media accounts, tracked them down, and found out it was just a guy and his daughter. They didn't do anything wrong. But there are a decent amount of people. Like there's certain corners of TikTok and other social media platforms where you'll see this, where these people, everywhere they look, they see people being trafficked. They think people are being trafficked all over the place. Just a quick reality check for you. Most human trafficking is people being smuggled across borders. That is what human trafficking is, mostly, numbers-wise, is people being brought over the border into the United States of America or any other country you can think of in the world. That's what most human trafficking actually is. Coyotes and these sorts of things. Happens all the time, happens every single day. What people, especially like young, college-educated white couples, like we're at the center of all of this, what they tend to think human trafficking is creepy men with beards and mustaches who are grabbing and stealing and selling on some sort of black market little teenage or prepubescent girls. That's a very movie-like version of what all of this means. So all of these things kind of collide in society, and then you go, what should I actually be doing in these moments? And we'll see where you land on all of that. Right now, let's jump into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Brisby on YouTube says they want to be in the movie and they think they're in the lead. There are a lot of people who are kind of like main character where they'll look at things and be like,
hero time.
But on the this is why I'm struggling on this. On the other hand, if you see enough things, there should be a moment where you go, no, I have to say something about this. It's just some people's barometer for that is way off. They'll just like see a guy with a woman and no mother there and go, that guy's trafficking that teenage girl. And like, okay, you probably dial it back, mind your own business. But there's a point where if your barometer is not set that loosely, where you should go say something and investigate. That's the whole thing. All right, jury duty brought to you by.
If this ramps up. Mm-hmm. If you are the kind of person who this happens to multiple times, what does that mean about your overall
Maybe
look?
you lose the beard and ponytail.
You know, you're going to need
a thing one, thing two t-shirt.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're going to need like, I'm just a dad having fun, and then I'm just a daughter with my dad shirt on. So you guys send different vibes, or maybe that looks even more suspicious. It's tough. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there are lots of attorneys out there. The one that I will tell you about until my face is blue is Moses DeWitt, because he's going to help you out. He'll get you that big check you deserve because the insurance companies are way too greedy, and you need to take care of yourself, your family, and your future. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. All right, there are some new laws dropping out there. I'm trying to see where this one is. There is a ban on feeding stray cats that had people all fired up that could be worked into jury duty. This is in Kern County. Let's see if we can find more about this from, I'm looking at KERO, but let's find out Kern County, this cat feeding ban that they've pushed through. I've heard a lot of other places want to do this. All of us can vouch for this. Sabrina, you've seen it. I know everybody's seen it. There's always bitching on Nextdoor, the social media app, about people who feed these cats in neighborhoods. And it's very heated because some people will go, hey, you're rescuing these cats. Nobody else is going to feed them. They could die. And some people are like, you feeding them is contributing to the problem.
Yeah,
that's where this
my
kind of
neighborhood
bubbles
had
up.
an issue a couple years ago where the lady, very sweet, and she loved the neighborhood cats, and some of them were owned by people. They were just outside cats. She was on a wet food kick. So everywhere, every like
that
half
is
block
expensive.
was a pile of wet cat food, and everyone's dogs were getting into
gross.
it, and diarrhea, and it was bad. But eventually, they just succumbed to her feeding, and here we are.
It's not too different from the other story, actually, Sabrina, where it's like the person is meaning well, but what's actually happening here is bad. The people do this a lot. In my opinion, there's a lot of policies where people are like trying to be empathetic and meaning well. People do a lot of things where they're trying to be empathetic and meaning well, and they actually bring about the other outcome. But in this case, they completely banned, I guess, people from feeding these stray cats. And of all the places, this seems to be something that's happening in California, where you would think maybe they would have more lax laws on this, but they are banning people from doing some of this stuff. Did you find the story I'm talking about, Celine?
Yeah, I found they had like a meeting about it. Dozens of passionate animal advocates filled the Kern County Board of Supervisors chambers to oppose the proposed ban on feeding wild animals in public parks and county buildings without a permit. This doesn't even seem like a huge scope, just public parks and county buildings.
Yeah.
That means that bank that's got 65 cats in the parking lot is still up for grabs.
Or your neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So like this would only apply to like specific public places.
The proposed ordinance would target cats, raccoons, foxes, skunks, and more. The ordinance is meant to protect feral cats, claiming feeding creates known spots that can fuel pet abandonment.
Really? All right. Well, let us know what you think about this. There are one place that has made a move on this, and I want to hear your thoughts. Send us a dispatch, record your audio or video message over on the website. That's thenewsjunkie.com. And we'll also take emails. If you want to email the show, as always, put anonymous on top if you don't want me to say your name. But if you do want me to say your name, put that right up there as you email the show, which is tips, T-I-P-S, @thenewsjunkie.com. All right, I've got some good dispatches coming in on these topics. Some people weighing in, and I want to hear from them. So we'll hold those tight right here. We'll come back for the final hour of the show. The Power Hour is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Get ready for high-flying action unlike anything else on the Supercross circuit. Daytona Supercross returns to the World Center of Racing February 28th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or call 1-800-PIT-SHOP.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You won't be running into too many surprises on your ride if you're just starting off.
Hello, welcome in. Chat, question for you. I ask you it every once in a while. Today is no different. What banger song should we end on? Your favorite jukebox song, your favorite sing-along song, your favorite karaoke song, your favorite, damn, that's going to get me pumped up at the end of the show. Leave you a good vibes song. I need something good. We need a banger to go out on. Let's see here. Celia, how do I get rid of a tile on Drop Slinger? Okay. Clear pad? Okay.
Renewal by Anderson's acclaimed replacement windows to the rescue because they're...
No. Hold on.
Comfort, protection, and energy efficiency all at once. Even better, many homeowners notice a difference immediately. Quieter rooms, fewer drafts, and AC systems that don't have to work as hard. And with zero down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 12 months, upgrading has never been easier. Here's what Kathy had to say about using Renewal by Anderson. Our windows look awesome. They did a great job on the installation. Highly recommend Renewal by Anderson.
1:15, Friday, 1:15.
Florida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Okay, I fixed that. We just did an 8, right? Okay, we only have one more 8 left then. I think I got them fixed. Let me know if that's good. Okay, now we need 2 then. So let's do 1 here. I'm definitely missing an 8 from somewhere. Let's do an 8. Two minutes and we're back. White wedding. Let's do white wedding. Or Billy Idol, something. Or Billie Eilish. Stand by. Okay, printing. We're back in 1 minute. Stand by.
In the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Joining in on the fun this weekend, all the drama, all things going viral. And it's good to have you here. Learn more about the show. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. That was my bad. I missed some buttons. I was supposed to hit some buttons, and I didn't hit the buttons. And
wow.
Got a little quiet there. Nobody will know on replay. Just clear that out on replay, C-Lane. So there isn't like 4 seconds of hanging silence and freaking out and all this.
Could have dumped it, you know.
Forget it. You know, it's just every once in a while we'll wake everybody
Just
up.
dumped it. All good.
Wake everybody up because they'll go, wait, what? Whoa, what just happened? They freak out when it gets quiet, and I don't blame them. All right, we got a lot to get to here on the show, and your dispatches are coming in. So let's work some of those in here. There was a big discussion on the show about when you should get involved in things and when you should mind your own business, and confronting people like the story out of Canada where there was a man with his daughter, who was just a young girl, and some onlookers just assumed that this guy was like human trafficking his daughter. And they blasted his photo out all over social media, and finally they tracked him down. And the guy was pretty cool about it, all things considered. But, you know, there's those moments where you go, am I butting in here when I shouldn't? Am I going to look like a crazy person? Or
what would you have done if you were the one who got your face on the Facebook and we're looking for this guy? You think he's sex trafficking?
I would have. There would have been a level of me that would have been angry. I would have been angry that somebody would have thought that about me, and save from there being something that I think they could interpret that way. I would say, you saw me sitting here having lunch with my daughter, and you just assumed that I was some nefarious criminal and not just being like a good dad. That would bother me. I don't know how you can walk away from that without that bothering you in some way. The big risk, though, is that too many people go, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to do this. And then in the case when it is human trafficking, you don't do anything. Here's I'm Not a Hippie with a dispatch for us. Let's see what this is.
I am all too familiar with this guy's situation. Me being black, my wife and my bonus kids are white and Mexican.
Oh.
And you should see the looks that we get when we travel, or when me and the kids travel or go somewhere and they're with me. You got people looking around trying to figure it out. Like, I think it's funny. Whatever my wife doesn't think it's funny, but I laugh at it.
He said my wife doesn't think it's funny, but I laugh at it. He said,
"Humor is me." So I don't know. And then, not to mention, my two brothers are also married to white women, so we are all a blended family.
Man, save some for the rest of us.
Sometimes we go to places like it's funny. But whatever, hit me out.
That's an excellent point, actually.
Sea Lane's point?
Well, not his, but I'm Not a Hippie's dispatch point, which is if you are in an interracial couple, this definitely will happen more. I would especially think, like, if you have a black father or a white father, and then a daughter of a different race, and because people aren't going to immediately visually connect and go, well, maybe that's just him and his daughter hanging out here. They are going to start thinking that stuff, and then if they're not coming up to you, I'm not a hippie. You can see what's going on. You're not dumb. You're picking up on it. They're talking about you. And they're speculating, like, why is that guy that can't be his daughter? That's like all the weird things that come as a result of this. So that's an excellent point. Here's Jay talking about a bad roommate situation. All right.
Years ago, I had a roommate that I came home from work one day, pulled in the driveway. He comes walking out, and he's like, "Don't be alarmed, but we were robbed." I go inside and check the damage.
Okay.
Stuff was thrown around. Drawers were pulled out, dumped over, rummaged through. Some things were missing. Called the police. They came and did an investigation. They were asked who was the first one on the scene.
Okay.
And it was my roommate. And through their investigation, they took me aside for questioning. And they asked me, "How well do you know this other person?" And I said, "Why?" They said, "Well, this looks like it was an inside job." He was the one that he even says the first one on scene.
Oh, so he's saying his roommate staged a robbery where it was an inside job where he actually did it, and he was the one who was responsible, which furthers the point on a second story that we've been trying to follow here. Sorry if it's difficult to follow along, but on a second story where somebody had a roommate that was spraying a whole bunch of bug spray all over their food and was just a nightmare to deal with. They had to call the cops on them. This is why you got to be incredibly careful in doing this stuff. You got to be making sure that anybody who's going to cohabitate with you is somebody that you're going to be comfortable with. And every once in a while, it just doesn't work out that way. Okay, let's see here. A lot of emails coming in on this, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and I'll get to those momentarily. I also saw there was a couple of things out there about Clinton and his testimony this week. Clinton, both of them, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, testified under oath behind closed doors in Washington, D.C., all the questions that people had for them, politicians had for them about their connections to Epstein. And Bill Clinton was questioned for a lot longer because there's more photos and like history with him and Jeffrey Epstein. And both of the Clintons came out afterwards and they're like, we didn't know he was doing anything. and we weren't aware of any kind of crimes that were happening. And then once the crimes were happening, we didn't associate with this person any longer. Although you still have that like just endless guilt by association that people are going to have with anything Epstein related.
It's weird because Hillary hasn't been in any of the pictures or anything. So, I mean...
the only thing I saw, and I don't know if she was in it. There's a picture of Chelsea Clinton's wedding, and Ghislaine Maxwell is in it. And you're like, okay, you're like, wow, that's the Ghislaine Maxwell lady. Ghislaine Maxwell was, I believe, at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. I don't know if you might be right. I don't think I've seen any photos of Hillary Clinton and Epstein or anybody, but Bill Clinton, definitely. He was with him quite a few times, and there are a lot of photographs of them together. And now this led to the whole thing where they testified. I've heard that the video of this is going to come out at some point in time. I don't know if it is, but it would be interesting to see what was said there behind closed doors. I know somebody took a picture. I think it was like Lauren Boebert or somebody took a picture you weren't supposed to take. And they chased after and made her delete the photo that she took of Hillary Clinton testifying. But we'll see if we see this eventually, if this comes out. It will, trust me on this, it will satisfy precisely 0 people.
Yep.
Because everybody in this whole Epstein thing, they have their mindset. They know exactly what is going on. They 100% think they're right. And nobody's minds will be changed on this at all. Does not matter where you're coming at, what team you're on, et cetera, et cetera. It's always going to be like that moving forward, I think. So we'll see what you have to say about that and everything else we've been discussing on the show. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. There was one more I wanted to work in. Here's Fatty Matty talking about people losing their jobs to AI.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
Happy Friday. Saturday, Sunday.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'd like to see AI get rid of my job. For context, I'm a podiatrist. And so there's always a nonstop flow of dirty, fat, disgusting diabetics with wounds to their feet, needing amputations, and then just regular foot care and all that stuff. So I feel like my job is pretty safe because...
He might be right.
I thought he was going to go feet.
Can't really just sit there, cut toes off and cut feet off.
So he's saying he feels like his job is safe from any kind of AI intrusion.
As a podiatrist... Is a significant portion of your job cutting off people's feet and toes?
He made it sound like it. I don't know if that's true, but that's the accusation that he was at least.
Or maybe he is, further doing the research here and saying, like, listen, I know that AI either is or is close to being at a point where you could take a picture of your foot and upload it, and they'll be like, hey, you got the fungus, you got the athlete's foot. You got to get some of this, get some of that. And so then his job will just be cutting off toes. But
can you circle back and tell us how many toes you cut off in a quarter?
Today. How many today?
Or just today, I guess.
Yeah. He said there's an unending supply of people, so it makes it sound like there's a lot of that happening.
Also, are you my grandmother's podiatrist? Because years ago she said that he listened to the show.
Oh, well,
if not, we have
can
more
find
than
out.
one.
We might need a follow-up on that, so
Is that
send
a
that
HIPAA
over.
thing?
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue on. I've got clips galore that we need to play before the end of the show. Somebody driving and crashing. They crashed their car. They were distracted driving. This happens a lot. It's not new. Probably wouldn't even pop up on the show if there wasn't something really weird about it. What was the thing that was distracting this driver that made them crash and end up getting into a really bad accident? The details are coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You won't be running into too many surprises on your ride if you're just starting off your commute or going to grab a bite to eat on the major roadways. Just some typical delays slowing you down. You're going to get caught up in some delays on I-4, Florida's Turnpike, on the ramp from the Turnpike to I-75 northbound. That's stop and go. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's Klausman.
Basketball is in full swing, and now you can trade the game in all 50 states on Kalshi. Denver is currently trading at 38% to beat OKC, meaning a $100 trade pays out $253 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. As odds change, you can buy in or out of your position all game long. And for a limited time, download the Kalshi app, use code IHEART, and get $10 when you trade 100. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando. Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Daytona Bike Week is back, February 27th through March 8th. And there's no better place to celebrate than the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with free demo rides, top manufacturer displays, Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally, and more. Experience 10 days of non-stop action, including Daytona Supercross, Daytona Short Track Racing, and it all leads up to the legendary Daytona 200. Visit DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com to learn more.
Powerful doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So the moment Total Wireless offers a free Samsung S25 FE with Galaxy AI, when you switch to Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan, you take the network as powerful as you, with unlimited 5G data that won't slow you down. Now that's a total power move. Visit your neighborhood Total Wireless store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires new activation on a Total 5G Unlimited 3-month plan or higher. External port-in and ID verification. Available only in Total Wireless stores. Limit to 4 devices per account.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TODAY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TODAY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TODAY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Your kid goes to bed a size 8 and wakes up a size 10. That's not magic. That's expensive. Unless you shop at Academy Sports and Outdoors. They've got undefeatable prices on all the best brands in sports gear, like Nike, Easton, and Baseball Lifestyle 101. And on the off chance that you find a better price at a competitor, Academy will beat it by 5%. That's their best price guarantee, which kind of is magic. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Your entire sports feed all in one place with iHeartRadio. From the pursuit of gold, golden goal, to the bracket busting in March.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
From the first pitch in spring training,
Ohtani tees off,
to the dreams of the NFL draft.
With the first pick,
you're one tap away. Open the iHeart app and stream your local stations. Catch the latest on Fox Sports Radio or dive into the world's biggest sports podcasts. Search sports on iHeartRadio and lock in.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
Join us here on the show. How, you ask? How do I do that? You record a dispatch, video or audio. If you want to be with us and we want us to let us see your face and see what's going on around you, you can record a video dispatch or just an audio dispatch is fine at thenewsjunkie.com. There are a lot of things out there where it's dangerous to do it whilst driving. And this is maybe among the dumbest I've seen like this, but it's a true story. And I want to tell this to you right now. I'll play a little audio of this happening too so you can hear what went down on the scene. But the story goes like this. A man was gambling on his phone while driving, and he crashed into a vehicle. The vehicle had a woman who was pregnant, by the way, inside, causing her to give birth prematurely because this idiot was driving along. 30-year-old Jack Bentley was arrested and thrown in jail. The woman and two children were in the car, and their pet dog. They were all injured in the crash that happened in England. The woman got a fractured pelvis, and she had an emergency C-section. The baby was in intensive care for multiple weeks, but luckily survived. And all because this idiot, this absolute moron, was driving around on his phone, gambling. That's what he was distracted by. And they released the footage here. I'm watching this. This is from somebody nearby. And the car doesn't even stop.
Jeez.
Just plows into the vehicle. Doesn't even... I don't think he hit his brakes. This idiot was paying zero attention to what was going on because he's like, gambling on his phone.
The convertible in the school bus all over again.
It is. He's like no hesitation, full on. This guy's so staring at his phone that he plows into this mom's car, full speed, just bam. I mean, and thankfully nobody died, but I think this stuff is a huge, huge, huge problem. I think every week or so I see somebody distracted, driving, nearly crash. I see it a lot of times. And I didn't know that gambling was a thing that would distract a lot of these people. But there's a lot of folks who are really into that and ending up exactly like this guy. I don't know how long he's going to get. Oh, I do, actually. Bentley was sentenced to over 2 years in prison, which honestly seems a bit soft to me for what happened here and what could have happened. You might have said, like, well, he's not drinking, Sean. How is it any different? Outcome's the same, isn't it? Outcome is exactly the same. Just no matter what it was that was distracting him or that made him not be able to drive, the outcome is the same, that his actions led to a crash that caused major issues for this woman, for her unborn baby, for her kids that were in the car, for her pets that were with her as well. And so to me, it's no different. It really isn't. I know it's something that far more of us are guilty of because many of us have done this. Maybe you're innocent, but I'm not. I've been distracted. I've had laptops going. I've had phones going while I'm driving. And it's just a really stupid, dumb idea. Made even more so dumb when you're gambling as you're driving along.
Was he driving a Ford Focus?
Let me bring the vehicle back up. He may have been while he was focusing 0%. It does look like a Ford Focus.
I'm not sure.
I can't tell 100%, but it's a little tiny hatchback thing that he is driving, and then he completely loses control of it. Just an absolute idiot. I'm going to get this for See It Now since it's a visual. So this is how it works on the show. If we are looking at something, I want to make sure you can see what we're talking about. Not now if you don't want to, but whenever you get a chance. Distracted by gambling crash. Now, I got this up for you over on the newsjunkie.com.
It is a Ford Focus.
Is it really?
Jack Bentley, 30 years old, barreled his Ford Focus down a dual-lane highway in Derby, England, smashing into the Nissan that forced a pregnant victim into an emergency C-section.
That's
to
so
save her first child.
Yeah. And also, he could just, you could keep gambling while you were driving. And I don't know if this guy's like at a gambling casino or if he's placing sports bets, but you know better than doing this. You truly do. So I would like to see that stop at some point in time very, very soon. It's once is too many times. All right. What else do we have here? I've got to move along. We have so many clips. Oh, something on the AI front that I wanted to bring up. Never thought about this being an issue, but it is. Right now, of all places, colleges are on edge about the use of AI. And you might say to me, Sean, well, of course they are. The kids are going to cheat on their exams. They're going to, write their paper with AI. Yeah. But that's not what I'm talking about. Colleges are on edge right now because football recruits have been using AI to fake highlight reels that they weren't previously able to do. And so it would just be like, take me and make me going for like a Hail Mary amazing pass.
So it's not that the AI, like we've used AI services to make videos for us, but it's not faking the footage. These guys are faking the footage?
They're faking the footage, faking highlight plays that they put into their reel to get the college's attention.
And then what are you going to do when they show up and you're not doing that in real life, physically?
Try to fake it till you make it. It was the best I could say, Sabrina, but most of them are just going to get busted. And then the school's going to go, what gives, But the football recruits are figuring out how to use AI to fabricate fake highlight plays. And there's even examples of this online where it's like, these are all made with AI. And it looks legitimate, like a high school football game and an amazing reception. And the college might be like, okay, let's get that guy. He's going to be amazing. Let's put them on our team. And it looks even like blurry, like a crappy quality, like a lower quality footage that you might have at one of these games. But it's all fake. And now they have to be hyper aware of this, or maybe even make sure that they're seeing this stuff in person before they end up investing in any of these players. Because all the plays you're seeing, if you're watching right now on YouTube, all fake, just completely and totally fake. I'll put this up on See It Now as well when we go to break here in just a moment so you can see what's going on there. All right, we have more time for you today, and that means batch. Record yours right now. Maybe you love the show. Maybe you hate the show. Hopefully you love the show. but I want to hear from you. So get those dispatches in before the end of the show today. Go to thenewsjunkie.com on your phone, your laptop, anything with a microphone right now to join the show today. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I'm going to wrap everything up for a Friday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's smart, it's stupid, and slightly unhinged. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Our Thursday was gorgeous across Central Florida, but we see some big changes for our Friday. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. Not a washout for our Friday, but a good idea to grab that umbrella as our next storm system moves in. Rain and some thunderstorms become likely by the afternoon into the evening, with a few potentially on the stronger side. We'll see widespread showers and thunderstorms Friday night as well, with lows only in the low to mid 60s after topping out in the low to mid 80s for our Friday. Now, Saturday, we do start to see rain chances come down. Rain, though, more likely in the morning. Still going to have a few thunderstorms, and we'll hold on to those chances for hit or miss showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, with temps cooler in the mid to upper 70s. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Folks, let me tell you about an amazing company, a locally owned and operated company, a family owned and operated company. It's Mills Air. You've heard me talking about them. And don't sleep on Mills Air. They are the company that you'll love and trust and want to tell your friends about. And I'm excited for you to actually get to experience what it's like to not get ripped off by these AC companies. A lot of them will take advantage of you, but Mills Air, you're in good hands. Go over there, get the techs that have done this a million times over. They're incredibly experienced. They're the best of the best, and they're going to fix your AC the right way the first time. A problem with your air conditioner? Let's get ready for this warmer weather by calling Mills Air at 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Join Chef Tello and South Beach Brewing Company for multiple craft beers and bites at Harry Sip and Savor Series on Saturday, March 7th. The spring edition of Sip and Savor.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Final segment of the week coming up in just a moment here. Here's what I want to hear from you. First of all, shouts out to Sun State John for the 125 gifted subs. There's 7 left. I haven't mentioned it, so the rest didn't get gobbled up. I'll mention it when we come back. So this is your last opportunity to grab those. Gifted subs, there's 7 of them left over on thenewsjunkie.com. One more on-air mention, and those suckers are gone in 30 seconds or less. So make sure you are grabbing those. Everybody that got a sub today, or everybody that is a subscriber, a brand new secret show drops at 5 p.m. today. It's a fun one. It's uncensored. You can watch or listen on thenewsjunkie.com. Just scroll down to secret shows. You'll see it right there. Enjoy. In the meantime, there's a huge catalog of those shows. I have to go get Today I Learned, so rate the show. Rate the show out of 10. Rate the show. Rate the show. I'll be right back. Damn it! 15 out of 10 subs. Hello? Hey, there you go. See me? Okay, you got me? You locked in? Thank you, Samuel L. Jackson. Good job this week. 10 out of 10 bad drivers. 8.7 stray cats out of 10. 10 out of 10 Sun State Johns. $10 out of 4.1. Out of curiosity, I missed it. Was there a problem with the stream? What are you people talking about? YouTube, Twitch. Was there a problem with the stream? What happened? Alan says, on secret shows we get a notification? No, just every Friday at 5 p.m. the show will be posted. Audio and video will be available. And then every Thursday at 8 p.m. the show will be live. Starting next week, if you go to thenewsjunkie.com, you'll see a countdown timer 1 hour before the 8 p.m. live stream. And if you're a subscriber, you can watch the secret show live. So you can either watch live Thursday nights at 8 p.m. or wait until Friday at 5 p.m.
Listen up, Real Radio friends. Unfortunately, due to weather, the Jim Colbert Show broadcast
Sound is off?
this afternoon has been canceled. We will update you with more information as soon as possible, but for the time being, a reminder.
Just one guy going deaf?
The broadcast at George Fest this afternoon has been canceled
Hang on.
due to weather.
I got plenty of sound. Yeah, the sound works. All right, we're back to wrap it up. Sun State John, Chatter of the Week.
The season starts at home. Be sure to join us on Sunday, March 15th at 4 p.m. as the Orlando Pride open the 2026 season at Inter&Co Stadium against Seattle Reign FC. Tickets are on sale now at orlando-pride.com/tickets.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This is
Didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. It's been so good to see you this week. New secret show drops today. If it's after 5 p.m., it's up. If it's before 5 p.m., it's almost up. Go get it when it goes live at 5 p.m. over on thenewsjunkie.com. And there are 5 of those gifted subs left. There was 125 gifted subs, a record earlier. And what that means is you can claim those for free. Somebody gifted them, and you can claim a subscription to secret shows good for a month. You can watch the shows. You can listen. You can do all that stuff. You can even get an ad-free live stream when we're streaming live. You could stream secret shows on Thursdays at 8 p.m. All of the features of the website are unlocked when you have that. And to claim one when somebody gifts it, like Sun State John did, you just go to thenewsjunkie.com. You see the alert on top. There you go. 4 left. Those are going to go in like 2 seconds. So claim them now. New show, as always, Friday, 5 p.m. Okay. Now let's see what we got here on the way out. I want to see if there's any emails worth mentioning that I need to get in here. Somebody says, Brian to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, guys, I drive a white van for doing drywall. The color hides the compound better. So please stop with the white van shaming. Thank you.
I mean, that's decades long, I think.
Good luck. Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah, this is not one of those things where you could just go, hey, guys, we're not going to do this anymore. The white van being a danger van.
Yeah, just wrap it.
Old. Yeah, there's a lot of people who believe that. You're not going to be able to undo that one, I don't think. And any other emails here? Okay, that'll have to do it for right now. Let's go over to our final dispatches and get everything lined up for the end of the show today. Here we go.
These are the final dispatches. matches, but Sean will probably only play one.
True. All right, here we go. We're going to get to you on the way out, and that's especially true if your name is Concrete Mike. Here's Concrete Mike chiming in on the show.
Happy day, News Junkie crew.
Hey.
Man, I'm at a point with this AI nonsense. I don't believe anything I see.
True.
I'm even questioning the own videos that I've recorded myself that I've posted, if it's real or not. It is getting ridiculous.
I don't know if you need to question that far, but yeah, I do understand.
I don't know, maybe he was pretty hammered when he recorded the videos and he doesn't remember the thing happening and he thinks maybe AI had something to do with it.
You just convince yourself afterwards. It's definitely AI. That's 100% AI. Here's Swilly. He says it's Pokemon Day. Is that true?
Hey, everybody. Happy today.
Hey.
Today is Pokemon Day.
Thank God.
30 years ago, when I was a little kid, my parents got me a big old Game Boy with Pokemon Red version, and I've been a hardcore nerd ever since. My favorite Pokemon is Gyarados. He's like a big, angry, sea monster-looking guy. But anyway, have a great weekend. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.
I wonder what the difference is between Pokemon Mania, when everybody was playing Pokemon Go. You guys remember when that just exploded everywhere, and now, like, what was is the difference? Like,
it's still, I mean,
still
not
be a
as
lot.
many people, but it's definitely a solid group that is dedicated.
Millions, right? Yeah. Millions of people are still playing like those games, I would imagine.
And still playing the Game Boy games and whatever else was available back in the day. Nintendo 64, that weird like photo one where you just do a tour and take pictures of Pokemon to get points or something like that. It was a good time, yeah.
Let's see.
Never played a Pokemon.
What?
You never played Pokemon Go when that was going on?
No, I don't. I may have downloaded it. I don't even know that I did that.
In July of 2016, oh God, when this thing absolutely exploded, Pokemon Go, there were over 200 million monthly active users. And now I think that's down to about 28 million. So it's like a tenth of the people who used to play. Sometimes, it's even lower than that. But that's still unbelievable. I mean, 20, 30 million people you might have playing Pokemon Go still. It might be 1/10 of what it was at its peak. It's still bigger than almost any other games out there. It's really significant. I know in that world, a lot of people are just waiting right now. And the countdown is on for the big Grand Theft Auto release, which is allegedly coming up in November of this year.
Yeah, okay, we'll see.
And that's been changed and canceled so many times, it's kind of hard to track at this point. But I saw something yesterday that somebody had. Celine, you'll have to tell me if this is new or not. But somebody was showing off one of the features for the new Grand Theft Auto. And when you're in a car, you have a radio station, just like people are listening to this show, many of them on right now. And you could change the radio dial to whatever you want and listen to all sorts of different stuff. Was that there before?
Yes.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Wait, you didn't know this? This was like, there was a bunch of radio people that like got guest spots on Grand Theft Auto. Like they just like did fake radio shows or did fake DJ shifts and like acted like they were talking about things that were going on in Vice City and stuff like that. And then one of the GTAs that I played a lot that I got on Xbox, it was like the first time that you could load your own music onto the Xbox.
What'd you load?
So like I just like got a couple CDs of stuff that I liked and ripped them down on the Xbox, and then you could listen to that in your car driving around Vice City shooting up hookers and stuff.
This has to cost them so much money, though. This is allegedly the list of people whose music will be on the new Grand Theft Auto game.
Oh, yeah.
Dua Lipa, Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, Rihanna, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Miley Cyrus, Billie Eilish,
Harry Styles,
Halsey, The Neighborhood. These are the biggest people going, and there's a whole bunch of these huge pop stars. That has got to be expensive.
That's just pop, too, right?
It has to be a deal of some sort.
It must be, because
Fortnite does that, too.
Empire of the Sun, I know them.
Britney Spears, Madonna, Jay-Z, Wu-Tang
Snoop
Clan.
Dogg, Kanye West, like this is rap now. Nas, Jay-Z,
Eminem,
Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, Eminem. So it's like everybody who's anybody. Latin has Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee, Shakira.
Gasolina?
Every single category you can think. Guns N' Roses for rock, AC/DC, Metallica. So they have like every format, all the biggest artists, and that music is featured in the world of Grand Theft Auto. It's pretty astonishing, but it must be incredibly expensive. Although, what's expensive when you're making as much money as they make off of those games?
Yeah.
Because they are
If it ever is released.
If it comes out in November, Sabrina, like the amount of money they stack with these things. What's a video game cost these days? $100?
I think that they're worried. There were some gamers that were concerned that this might be the first video game that cost $100. I don't think there has been one yet.
Yeah.
Well, that and how much space is it going to take? Are people going to have to like clear out their consoles or get new ones for this to work?
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are just waiting with bated breath. Some of them so crazy that they're even going over to the headquarters in Europe, I think, and like heckling and bothering the people who are making Grand Theft Auto.
You guys done yet?
What a thing.
GTA 5, for comparison, which was released in 2013. Video game developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games. There was a number here. 441 tracks of licensed music.
That's a lot.
Divided over 16 fake radio stations, as well as 2 talk radio stations. The composers of the score wanted it to accompany the licensed music as opposed to detract from it.
Now, I don't know if you guys connect with this like I do. You probably do. There might be some sort of discount given to the copyrights in these situations, because I will never forget when Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out, the songs on that video game became big songs with everybody because they were in that video. So the exposure is like very, very big.
Yeah. I mean, there was a game that I loved playing, an arcade game, Crazy Taxi.
I remember that.
Crazy Taxi. They had it at some of the bars that would have arcade games and stuff, and you could go pick up people and you had to drive real crazy to get them to their destination and make the most money before your time ran out. But Crazy Taxi's soundtrack was The Offspring, and like you license that music, but it got exposure because if you're at the bar, if you're at the arcade, you'll all of a sudden start randomly hearing, yeah. And I was like, oh, The Offspring, Crazy Taxi's here.
Yeah,
Let's go.
A lot of things that are tied to exposure like that, there maybe they give them like a little bit of a deal. I don't know if they do. Over at the Tampa airport, people were melting down angry because they pretended to ban pajamas.
I saw the post about this.
They were joking around, and they were saying that they were banning pajamas at the Tampa airport.
I didn't see it as banning pajamas, but I saw some post that was supposed to be from the Tampa airport's social media, and it was something to the tone of like, "Come on, guys, let's grow up. We don't need to wear pajamas in the airport anymore." I didn't see it as like a new rule or something.
Tampa airport's been doing stuff like that, like social jokes.
Yeah, I think they meme. They post funny stuff, and then people get caught up in it.
Speaking of airports, did you see? I sent it to Tips and your Gmail, but the guy that was spotted in the Orlando airport, I did not get to this in This Week in Florida, but he wore a shirt specifically for TSA. It's
hold on.
Lot to scroll through there. Are those all the gifted subs?
Got quite a few emails.
My gosh.
I know that you sent, well, there it is. Chris Lane. Okay.
And this guy, just dressed specifically to get felt up by TSA, says it's not gay if it's TSA.
Is this real? He actually had this on at the airport?
Yes.
I wonder how often TSA gets stuff like this.
It can't be that off. I mean, a shirt? You wore a shirt just for TSA?
Yeah. This is the guy going through the airport. The Tampa airport says, after successfully banning Crocs and giving everybody the amazing opportunity to experience the world's first Crocs-free airport, it's time to take on an even larger crisis. Pajamas at the airport in the middle of the day. And at least some people fell prey to them and not being serious about this. So there it is. And that's going to have to do it for today. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. We'll do it all over again next week. I promise you that much. Right now, Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, February 27th, 2026. Today I Learned the man who created this thingamajig.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. George R.R. Martin. He also is famous for being the first person ever to buy the first ticket to the first Comic-Con back in 1964.
Wow.
When the event was attended by only a few hundred people at that time. If there's anybody out there who's a Game of Thrones fan, I have heard good things.
The new one, yeah.
About the new one.
Knights something.
I've heard good things. I've heard that it's cool and it's like kind of a throwback to Game of Thrones. Hit me up. Is it worth it? Should I check that out?
Have you heard the other thing about it, though? Like,
no.
Record-holding amount of dongs.
Oh, really?
Like the most amount of dongs you'll see on television.
Wiener, Game of Wiener,
Yeah,
Wiener.
That's where that like. So that's like in the tradition of Game of Thrones.
Nice and soft, not erect.
They
Wiener.
have not been frightened to show a whole bunch of human skin on that show. Today I learned, speaking of that, human bone is as strong as steel, but 50 times lighter. Pound for pound, our bones are actually 4 times stronger than concrete, which means...
Yeah, they weren't when I stubbed my toe on that brick.
What a pussy. We can make a bone building if we really wanted to. The human bone is composed of 31% water, 4 times stronger than concrete, and makes up 14% of your body weight. If you want to tell somebody you're big boned, now you know. Today I learned this show.
Home Improvement.
That's right, Home Improvement. AKA, what did a lot of people call this? Tool time?
Tool time.
Tool time, the show within the show on Home Improvement. Home Improvement was part of the part of Al Borland, who was like the sidekick to Tim Allen on that.
I don't think so, Tim.
The part of Al Borland was to be played by Stephen Tobolowsky.
Interesting.
But he had a timing issue, and they were trying to make it work. And like at the last minute, Richard Karn sat next to an agent who was at traffic school with him. And he goes, "You're an actor? Hey, I got a part. You should look into this." At traffic school, he tells him about this. He became Al in Home Improvement because of that. And finally, today I learned this lady right here who will be on the GTA soundtrack.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish is correct. Billie Eilish was born into the entertainment industry, this says. She grew up in LA with her parents being successful actors. Her brother was in the music industry, and she joined the LA Children's Chorus at just 8 years old. It's in the family and in her bones, in the strong bones. Her brother wrote her debut song for her when she was just 13 years old. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We'll see you next time, Monday, same time.